I'm Scott.
And I'm Phil.
And I'm Trea.
This week, will it be a home run or will we strike out
So
with these sports video games?
Strike one.
Strike one. There we go. That's what it is.
I think that was a ball. I think he got hit.
Just walk him.
Walk him.
Yeah, go ahead, walk on.
So,
What do you think of this?
We did it that time.
We did it.
See, that's part of the reason why I missed it last time is because, like, I heard what you were saying and started laughing and didn't even hear anything else. I was just like,
I don't know what I'm doing. I just jam random words together and hope it comes out coherent.
Just keep doing it.
So thanks for joining us, guys.
Hello, family.
Today, we're going to talk about sports games for non-sports fans. Games that, whether you have any context of sports or like sports at all, you'll probably think these games are fun.
Because, I mean, if you can't tell by looking at us, we love sports. We love sports. We don't
Well,
care who knows.
We are all sportsmen.
I've never been much
Yes.
of a sporty guy. I was more into ginger and posh, honestly.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's fair, but scary.
Scary,
Fucking
though.
scary.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
Nobody likes Baby? Is that what's up? Nobody likes Baby?
I think Baby's just awkward to like.
Okay.
I think
got
Baby
you. Yeah.
is she's like the door girl to the Spice Girls. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna bring the crowd in, and then it's up to everyone else to actually.
We've changed the
entertain.
subject of this episode. It's now going to be all about the Spice Girls.
Loving it. Let's go.
Did you guys ever play that Spice World rhythm game on PS1?
No.
Actually, I did.
No, but the
I did.
Spice World movie is terrible in a very hilarious way.
It
so
is.
I will watch it
But you know
all
what?
the time.
Did you ever watch The Boys?
Not the
Yeah.
Amazon The Boys, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should
Yes,
definitely
that
do
one?
it. Yeah, definitely
Okay.
do it. But there are some major Spice Girl references.
Oh, really?
With the group. You've watched it all, right?
Yeah, I don't remember this
How
at
do you
all.
not remember it? They're the fucking okay.
What, the
anyway.
second season when they're all when they're
Well,
all
actually,
girl power and
actually,
shit?
it's season 1.
Oh, is it?
Because what's his name? Who's Billy Badass? Billy. What was his last name? Was it, you don't remember? Anyway, the
I remember Homelander.
Billy.
Yeah.
God. Well, yeah, but it's the guy that's after Homelander, and he keeps getting screwed over and over and over again. Billy Butcher. Thank you very much.
Billy Butcher.
Billy
Cool.
Butcher is all about the Spice
Hey,
Girls.
thank
man.
you.
He's all about the Spice Girls and
Baby in the corner. Off to
Dude.
a roll. There we
Oh
go.
man, oh god! If you haven't watched The Boys, take the time, do it. It's such a good time.
Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah, man. Fucking Carl Urban.
I
dude.
don't
love
know.
Carl
I don't
Urban.
think they'll ever top the Baby with the laser eyes. I just don't think they'll ever.
The
top
baby
that.
with the laser eyes, dude.
That was
Because he was using them
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a fucking can.
That was
pointing the
fucking
baby.
classic. Oh my god, it was so good.
So awesome. dude.
Jesus. Let's talk
we got
about
for
some
news?
news.
What we
Let's
got
talk
for
about
some news?
So, sounds like Microsoft is very interested in making a new Killer Instinct.
It's a good time.
One of the guys, I don't think it was Phil Spencer, but one of them Xbox guys was talking about how that is one of the IPs that they are very interested in restarting. But the issue is the developers that used to that made the first KI, the last one, whatever.
That was Rare, wasn't it?
No,
Iron
Rare
Galaxy.
just had it's Iron Galaxy and
Oh,
then
okay.
somebody else.
Oh, you're talking about.
remember
I
the
was
other
talking about like the original.
No. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's my
the
bad.
OG, that was
that
that's
is Rare. Absolutely. Yeah.
And so Microsoft bought them and subsequently
and then
ruined it.
Yeah,
didn't
it's
do
like
anything with them.
they're like, thanks, Rare. Now fuck off. Pretty much.
Well, I think that what they're doing right now is just following suit, man. Like everybody's
Yeah.
doing that. Sony's been doing it for a long time. Nintendo, we've been talking about that for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it's their turn. It's like, okay, we have IPs as well.
Yeah.
From all of these, development teams or development teams that we have bought and let die on the vine.
Yeah.
So we might see, hey, let's see some banjo again, right? Like, let's see
Yeah.
a lot of these
they've
rare
been
IPs.
talking that up
Yeah.
recently as well. The new 3D banjo.
They need something.
I mean, I'm cool with that.
Ratchet
I'm cool with
was
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
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 And mascot platformers they've always been one of my favorites.
Yes.
Even back in the 2D era, I
Yeah.
still like mascot platformers.
Well, and there's a
Right.
huge
Yeah.
push for like 3D mascot
There
platformers
totally
now,
is, yeah.
and it has been for a while, but it feels like it's actually coming to a head.
That's awesome to me.
Well, I mean,
Great.
I think that really kind of adds to the lifeblood of your console anyway. When you
Yeah.
have those characters that you can easily identify with a studio. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You think about Nintendo, Mario comes to your mind immediately, right?
Yeah.
Sega, you have Sonic immediately.
Hopefully,
Sony's
Sony has
weird.
Astrobot.
Well, Astrobot should be.
It should be.
It should be, but it's still Crash, I think.
Yeah, but Crash is now multi-platform. You can get
Right.
Crash on the Switch. You can get Crash on the Xbox. You can get Crash on the PC.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
Crash expanded his world.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Crash wanted that money.
Crash,
Sonny.
That's right.
Crash
That's
crashed
what it
out.
is.
Right. Crash one too many times.
Crash selling out right
Yeah,
now.
man, I'm fine with it. Man, I still haven't played Crash 4, but I did play the
make that
trilogy,
money.
and the trilogy's dope. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a lot like the way they did the what's it called trilogy, the Spyro trilogy. You know,
Right.
just it plays the same. They have some quality of life updates. Looks way better.
Right.
Simple.
Are you able to pick between
Easy.
the classic graphics and the new?
I don't
graphics,
think
or do you
so.
know? Okay.
I don't think so.
Right.
But the issue that they're having with this Killer Instinct thing is they don't have a fucking developer for it, right?
Yeah.
And they're talking about there's some rumblings that Xbox might be buying Warner Brothers Studios, and if that happens, we could have a NetherRealm
About to
develop
say,
Killer
then they'll,
Instinct.
Right.
then they'll get NetherRealm, which would be pretty rad because NetherRealm's been pretty much knocking it out of the park.
They're not
Well,
my kind of games,
yeah.
but they're doing a thing.
But they're doing-
a thing.
yeah.
They're very good games.
They're very
though.
good. They're just
They're
not
very
my
good.
style.
Well,
That's
and
all it is.
this
Yeah.
is what I asked you last night when you were telling me about this.
Yeah.
Is there another Western developer that's making fighting games right now?
Because other than the Skullgirls team, I can't think of another
I
one.
can't really think of any
No,
others.
I
not
really,
really.
I can't
I
put it
mean,
in my head
pretty
at
much
all.
just NetherRealms. I mean, I'm sure there are other companies that have made fighting games,
Right.
but I'm not aware of them.
Well, they've just been so successful with the Mortal Kombat IP as it is by
Right.
itself, right?
Yeah.
And so if they did, because the interesting thing is, it's like if you think about the systems of Mortal Kombat, they would lend themselves very much to a Killer Instinct.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Oh,
you're already
100%.
doing the typefritter combos.
I mean, you got to think.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a good
these-
way to put
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, but that's how they roll, right?
Yeah.
So,
tick, tick,
yeah,
tick,
just,
tick, tick,
if you're not
yeah.
hitting these exact this exact sequence, you're not getting a combo, right? That's not
Right,
gonna come out.
exactly.
So it would be really cool. It'd be cool to see like a MK versus Chaos.
Oh,
That,
You
yeah,
know,
I-
like,
yeah,
that
I've
would
been waiting
sell.
on that. Well, what is his name? Falcor? It's not Falcor.
Fulgore.
Fulgor.
Fulgor.
You know,
They
Falcor.
got straight
Like
up
the
luck
Luck Dragon.
The Luck Dragon. That's
Luck
right.
Dragon.
I wish they would put Falcor in a fight.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, just in a super.
Yeah.
Oh man, for real,
That
you
would be
know.
great. But no, wasn't he?
Oh man, you know, and then maybe so. This is the character is who, a Trea, I guess.
Yeah.
And like for his
His
finisher, he can like drag you into the loneliness of the swamp.
Oh, see,
and
if-
like as you're like,
If he
as
loses,
you're
he goes
drowning
down
into
with
the-
what is it, Atreides or something? His
well,
horse.
I mean, if you
remember the horse's
lose,
name.
you're dying. Oh yeah, his horse was Artax.
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 God, don't give in to the sadness. Please, y'all gonna make me cry.
Man,
You know, like, this
let's
is what we're
move
doing.
on. Move on.
And that's what fucking Shadow of the Colossus made me think of. When,
Yes.
when that
Oh,
horse died, I was like,
absolutely.
no.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
yeah, it was
we gotta
very.
pull on that
you know
heartstring.
that, yeah, they were all about never-ending story.
you
They're
gotta
like,
kill
oh,
my
we're gonna make you
horse."
feel it. We're gonna make you feel, and now you're walking. You know, very slowly.
Fuck. So the Switch update problem. You avoided the issue altogether,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You had no
I-
problems.
No, I've had no problems. What was it for a few weeks?
Yeah.
There was a Switch update that was keeping people
Breaking
from being
consoles.
keeping people from downloading games.
Yeah.
And also, in some cases, breaking their fucking consoles.
Right.
You know, and that Nintendo fixed it, but then they didn't actually fix it. They only fixed it on their end.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it was this kind of whole hullabaloo, but apparently now that's fine. I think I spent like maybe 3 weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks not updating my Switch at all.
Smart move.
Just because when I heard that, I was just like, oh fuck no. I
Uh-huh.
mean, yeah, I could potentially just download it, and if it breaks my system, I could, I've got it under a like protection plan from where I
Right.
bought it from. So I
Did you
mean,
get it
I
from
could,
Best Buy?
No, I got it from Walmart.
Oh well, still that's
Yeah,
an
still,
easy
yeah.
swap
yeah,
out.
easy
Right.
swap
Yeah.
out right there. I could have done that, but,
But
then I was
why?
But you
But
don't want to have
yeah,
to go through all that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to go through all that hassle. Yeah, fuck it. I just want to update.
Yeah.
But apparently that's all gone.
We're all
It's
good.
it's in the past.
It just
it's
took
not
them-
even news anymore.
It took them like a fucking month to fix. That's really the
It took
news.
a- it
is
took
it
'em a-
took them? Yeah.
It took them a long time, but I don't think any of that was like Nintendo.
Not
you
really.
know,
It
moment.
just
It was
it's
just
kind of
some-
crazy that it took that long.
Yeah, something fucking lucky that happened, you know.
Well, thanks about the new background.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
dig the new background.
Great.
Also, I can tell Michael hasn't watched in a couple episodes because this is now our new permanent member.
Oh, absolutely.
Yo,
That's right.
what up, Michael?
That's the game store dude.
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah.
Okay, absolutely.
Old
absolutely.
Gambit
We need to
geek.
meet.
Oh, Gambit.
Oh, Gambit.
Everything's GG's.
Everything's
Yeah.
GG.
Gamer geeks.
So many G's.
Gambit gamer, and Gambit geek. And
Ain't easy being a G.
It's, it ain't easy being
Anything.
2 G's.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So they finally have new DualSense colors. Yay!
I say finally, but the funny thing about it is, I feel like if you're gonna put DualSense controllers out in a different color palette, it might be time to maybe offer some of these plates, right? Because we still only have the white plate. You know, there are several like third-party companies that make plates that you can put onto your PS5.
Yeah. And that one
But
company was getting
Sony,
sued,
They were getting
right?
sued.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sony's been suing them, but at the same time, they're also not giving us any options to purchase.
No.
Right.
Make your own shit. If you don't want other people, to come on,
do it,
dude.
there we
Well,
go.
they might
Why
have-
is there not a red and black? Why is there not a Miles Morales plate?
Yeah, I was about to say they
that you
might
can
be
buy.
saving that for like some higher profile releases and shit like that.
Yeah, but
They-
it should
they've
be
had
dude,
high-profile releases.
It should be like
Yeah.
the
Okay.
360 where they have faceplates all over the
Right.
place and you can
Right.
buy
Right.
them, you know.
I think the problem is that there aren't enough PS5s in homes, and so a lot of these plates will just sit on.
Yeah,
shelves,
and
they're
that's,
gonna wait
you
a
know,
year.
and so now
yeah.
they have to wait until
Have to wait
right.
until the install base is a little higher. I can understand that.
Yeah.
You do work hard, buddy. You work hard for the money, and they better treat you right.
Make fat bread.
So hot.
Bum, 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 bum. But no, I definitely agree with you. I think that we should have had plates earlier, but I understand the stock issue, and they would just be making a whole bunch of plastic sitting on fucking shelves,
Right.
Essentially.
But I will also submit that those plates are easily removable, and a can of Krylon plastic paint is real cheap.
I've seen a lot of situations where people's children have just taken crayons to the thing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. You know
That's
what I'm saying? And people are
And
like,
then you
"All right,
clear coat
I'm
the
gonna rock
bitch, and
it."
then you're good.
And then you're good to go.
Man,
you know?
I kind of like this idea.
man,
Maybe
get-
I'll tie dye my
Get
my thing.
creative.
I'll get the kid, and we'll sit
Yeah,
there and
just
fuck
sit
that thing
there
up.
Why
and
not?
finger paint,
Yeah.
dude. That'd be
Just
man.
big
amazing.
and white, might as well. you
Either
know?
that, or I'm just gonna take a Sharpie and draw sorts of patterns all over.
Yeah. There you go.
Why not? You
Yeah.
just take the thing, slap
Yeah.
off. So.
I mean,
Fuck
make
it.
your own.
Yeah.
But no, you were telling me about
Yeah.
these controllers. You said they had what?
There's a black and a red.
Black
a black
red
and a
is
red
sick.
one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So good,
and
dude.
and
Yeah.
the red one's $5 more
For some reason, it's $5 more.
because it's
Because it's red. Because red is dope,
Red,
and you
man.
know you want the
It
red
goes
one.
faster.
Yeah.
Your fingers hit buttons faster.
Man,
'cause
you,
it's red.
you get better combos with the red one.
That's-
Your cars go
okay.
faster. You
That's
fucking,
what it
you know
is.
it.
it's a psychological thing.
That's right, yeah.
Also, it's because they know that white is kind of an eyesore for a lot of people, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
everything in our home theater setups has been black for so long.
For real?
Yeah, and so they're like,
for the
okay,
most
we're gonna
part.
put a white console out there so it stands out. That was the whole purpose of the design of the PS5.
Yeah.
was just so it stands out. So they go white, and they're like, okay, well now you get a PS5. It's all white.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it
I
because it
feel-
doesn't
I
match
feel like
anything.
the white controllers get dirty real easy.
Yeah, I
you
was
know what I
about to
mean.
bring
And
that up.
even
Yeah.
because they have that slight texture, so
Right.
every bit of grime just gets in there. I've
Yeah.
had to take some alcohol wipes to them a couple of times, and they clean up easily. So there's that, you
Right,
know.
right. Yeah, they're
But
designed for it.
I also feel like the controller's a little too complicated for me to want to take apart and paint myself like I did
Oh,
with the other
yeah.
one.
I wouldn't
absolutely.
advise it.
Yeah, because I
No.
did that with a DualShock 4, and
Oh,
it wasn't a
those are
big
easy,
big
but-
problem. Yeah, but
yeah.
this thing is a mess, and I'm not
Yeah.
trying to fuck up those triggers.
Hell no.
Right. They'll fuck themselves up over time. Don't worry about it.
Red go fast.
Red go burr.
Man, what you think
Well,
about
cool.
this Dark Alliance?
Oh God! Now, really, just right in the middle of
Yeah,
we
just-
were
yeah,
smiling,
just-
we were having a good
having a good
time. You know, we're
I
vibing.
like
having
going up and
conversation.
down. I got to keep the wave going,
Bro,
right?
man.
We got to fuck with
we
the-
got to
your
keep them
emotions.
guessing, man.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
It's-
So here's my deal. I played via Game Pass
Yeah.
on the Xbox One, and there is
That's a base
chance.
Xbox One, like
Yes,
regular
absolutely, yes,
VCR ass
OG
Xbox One.
And that thing was nigh unplayable. Like that frame rate had to sit at about maybe 22, 23 frames. I'm
Rolling
serious,
on
it would just
22 is
the
not good
second,
for a
the
game.
second we started playing, well, the second I started playing it, my fiance was watching. Hey, baby, if you're watching, I love you. And we, I immediately spin the camera to look around the environment, and it was like a slideshow. And she gets motion sick easily, right?
Yeah.
And she immediately turns around like. You know, it's
no.
like, oh no,
man.
yeah, and I'm like, whoa, like this sucks.
Yeah.
And whatever is going on in this moment where there's no action, it's about to get way worse once it starts being like, other
Yeah, you're gonna have
enemies to
so
render
many
once.
fucking dips.
Wait,
Oh,
you're not
bro,
saying like
it was painful.
15? You're getting down to 15?
Oh, it was getting low and slow. And so, but I mean, I thought the combat was.
Shit ran like an N64 game.
No, a lot of those ran a lot better. It was. I mean, seriously, and I'm not just trying to hate on the game because it's like I love Dark Alliance as a series.
Because we
and
both
I
played
want-
the PS2 game quite a bit.
Yeah, 1 and 2, love them.
Did you play them with somebody?
Yes, I played them by myself. I played them with people, like
Yeah,
because
man.
it was like a D&D
Great couch
gauntlet,
co-op.
right?
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
what more do you want? But this, it's.
I don't know what they were going for, man.
I don't either. The targeting was a little janky.
Ooh.
You know, the combat. I went with Driss Jordan, of course, because it's my boy.
I mean, I did too because I thought all of the characters sucked, to be honest, except for him.
Right, Brunor. I would rock some Brunor. But Driss, of course, is the best.
There's
of the
no
bunch.
magic user.
You know, isn't that funny?
How is there no fucking magic
Well,
user?
Driss
Yeah.
is technically. Well, he's a ranger.
Yeah, but why ain't there a
he should-
mage,
Because he has
man?
Winwavar. So
You telling me I don't have a mage in that whole thing? There's no
I don't-
cleric. There's
I
no.
don't- I don't
what?
understand.
I mean,
Man,
I guess they're going for a more melee focus.
I guess.
Well, that means
but-
that their magic systems probably just suck. And
That's yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, as it stands, even with melee, we're talking about Driss Jordan, right?
Yeah.
So all of your combos should be just highly entertaining to pull off, just because you're fucking Driss with two
Right.
twin scimitars.
Yeah,
Mage is part of the first DLC. Fuck that, dude.
Along
Come
with
on.
couch co-op, right?
What?
They ran out of time developing the game. And
No,
so it
vid.
doesn't actually have. Once again, dude, I'm telling you, it's real. But the game doesn't even have couch co-op yet.
That's
so
bullshit.
that's going to be patched in later this year.
Wow.
They said maybe. They said it might be patched in, so it may or may not ever. Even
I was about to
come.
say the game may
based on
be
sales.
bad enough that they just say fuck it.
Right.
You
But
know?
I have a lot of friends who are really enjoying it, but they might be playing on PS5. So I'd like to
Dude.
know if frame rate really helps.
No.
But you played on PC,
I
right?
played it on PC with basically locked 60. I mean, it
Oh.
still had dips at certain points, but
Right.
in general, locked 60. No,
Wow.
doesn't help. That parry feels like trash.
Oh, no,
dude.
that's the worst.
the block and the parry are so bad in this
Yeah.
game. He does this like
Yeah.
kind of block,
Yeah.
like he does
What?
this.
super slow.
It's
It's
the
super
fucking
slow.
shittiest.
And
Hold
then
on,
they
let me
even-
pick up my
Yeah.
shield.
Hey, can you
yeah.
wait?
Give me a second.
And then they actually have the Souls campfire mechanic, which kind of
Oh yeah.
took me by surprise.
So it
for-
resets the area and everything. I don't
Exactly.
even think I did that.
Exactly. Yeah, I ran past it because if you don't
Yeah, I
use
totally-
it, they give
yeah.
you an item bonus, so you can get stronger.
Because I
items.
saw it and I was like, eh.
Right. You know, I'm not at risk here,
Yeah,
so I don't
I'm
know
good.
why I would
Yeah.
use that.
How long did you guys end up like playing it before you were just like fuck this game?
I got through the first mission, started playing the second. So tutorial first mission, started playing the second mission, fought this ogre that fucking went.
Yeah.
Well, I
Just
just
there?
kept
Yeah.
throwing shit into him and
Stand
knocking on him.
Oh yeah.
And then he finally goes like
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and that was it. That was enough
Wow.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stood up on a hill and just threw shit at enemies and killed a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And they didn't even respond.
Actually,
it's
I
not,
hate his throw. That little
Dude, it
shuriken thing
sucks.
is
It fucking
so
sucks.
weak. It's so slow. It has a weird little curve to it. I don't know.
I guess
man.
it's supposed to hit multiple enemies or something, but
That
it just
doesn't
looks
work very well
bad.
either. And whenever
it
it
seems
does,
like
you
if
do
you
like
could,
maybe,
if you got like that Zelda boomerang, that dot dot dot, and
Right.
Oh, where
yeah, like that'd be cool.
does it in
but
sequence?
I think there's
Yeah.
a lot that they could have done to make the combat a lot more dynamic and fluid. The problem, the biggest problem to me is if you are playing on PS5, there's a little game called Godfall, which people love to hate on, but Godfall is better than not Baldur's Gate, I'm sorry, D&D Dark Alliance.
Right.
It's better in every way. You know, it's better in every way. And so, if you want that style of hack and slash, look at Godfall. It looks next gen. It plays next gen.
It does
Is
look
shallow
real
as
shiny,
shit?
dude.
It's
Oh my
so
God, it's
shiny.
so shiny.
Dude, the textures
Yeah.
on those gold walls. I mean, you want to talk about opulence? That game is just opulence. Like, it's absolutely
Nice.
gorgeous.
yeah, but with Godfall, dude, the thing is, Diablo 2 Resurrected's about to launch. If you
That's
want to
true.
fucking play this kind of game, go play that shit. Because
Right.
Diablo 2 is like the gold standard of this type of game. Although it's isometric, it's not the same thing.
Right.
And I realize it's not button mashy, it's point and clicky. It's fucking still the same general idea of a
Right.
game.
Yeah.
It's
As far
it's
as
a
and it's a
you
good
know,
game.
a looter clicker, if you will. and but yeah, I mean,
Kill them bats.
also, hey, just on a side note here, It turns out they fixed some shit with Diablo 2 Resurrected that's been a problem since the first game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so...
Those are features.
I'm going to go off on a story here.
All right, story time.
Story
time with Phil.
Did you guys both beat Diablo 1? You remember?
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah, come on,
Is
man.
that where we're starting
So at the
this?
very end of Diablo 1,
Who are
he
you
looks
talking
down,
to?
has
Yeah,
the soul stone, and shoves it in his head. So it
Let's go.
turns out Blizzard South made that cutscene. And they didn't tell Blizzard North what was going on, and they did not have direction from Blizzard North as to what the cutscene was supposed to be about. So that whole idea of him shoving the soul stone in his head is not part of the story and was not
he was
intended.
The Wanderer
Wow.
in Diablo 2.
They
right?
retroactively made that work, right? And then if you notice in Diablo 2, they never show the gem in his head.
Right.
So even when I played it as a kid, I was like, that's weird. He doesn't
I
have a
just
gem.
absorbed it because I mean,
Yeah,
it's
same
Satan,
here.
right?
So they finally show it in the Resurrected in the new trailer. They show when he's transforming into Diablo, not only just like some shit on his head, the gem forcing its way out of his forehead back into the thing.
Nice.
So he was just taken over immediately. He didn't even like contain Diablo. He didn't wrestle with he didn't have the internal battle, the internal struggle. It's just like Diablo's like, all right, well, I'm in your show.
Hey, I guess I'm here now.
I'm here now.
Yeah.
I'm back. You know, like you just killed me, but who cares?
Let me wander to Luke
Hey, look,
Lion.
You know.
I'm moving in. I'll take the guest room.
Man, I might get Diablo 2 Resurrected.
I mean,
I might.
You know that we're all.
It's worth it.
I was really disappointed in Diablo 3. I really was.
I thought it was fun enough.
It was fun enough. I
I
played
like-
through it. We played through
about
it.
to say, I liked Diablo 3 when we were playing it.
My problem with it is
playing
it's
solo is a little repetitive.
well, it was too World of
It's
Warcraft
just-
for me.
Yeah.
That's
it's
the only
way
issue.
Over the top,
Yeah,
you know?
it was way over the top. They had a lot of shit going on, and I felt like the way that they had their difficulty tiers, it just kind of got stupid after a while, rather than it
because
being...
they have to have those difficulty tiers because you're going to
'Cause it's end game,
get OP.
right?
Well, you're going to
Yeah.
get too powerful. There's no other way about it.
Especially when you
just
get them
gives you
hacked
another way.
weapons.
Right, well, there's that too. Absolutely. And so, yeah, my fiance and I played when COVID first hit. Didn't have a lot to do.
Oh, you played
so
3?
We played 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and got just. I mean, we
what'd
were
you
doing
guys,
like.
what were your classes?
We played all over the place, and
Okay.
so I
We
was
were Crusader
Necromancer.
Monk, man.
Yeah,
Really?
Crusader
That's
Monk.
I played
That-
mostly
that's-
Necromancer
yeah.
and Monk.
Mm-hmm.
She was playing Sorceress. Or
Oh,
is that,
cool.
Is that Wizard in that game? Or
No,
is it
it's Sorceress.
Yeah,
You're right.
sorceress.
Yeah, she played Sorceress, and then
She's got the midriff.
Yeah. Well,
That's what makes
I mean,
her-
we played
that's what
all
makes
the
her
different
magical.
characters and classes.
Yeah.
We like maxed out all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went really.
I want to
hard.
try the Barbarian in that one. 'cause-
Barbarian's sick.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
loved him in 2.
Barbarian's ridiculous.
I just never.
Powerful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so powerful.
Man.
Especially with those like jumping attacks and everything.
Exactly.
Like, it's really cool. I guess that really just brings us around to the point, the fact.
That-
All we need is Diablo 4. That's it. Right? Like none of these things have to even be here.
I
and
almost
that's why
feel
Dark
like the
Alliance
only reason
came
they're
out
doing
now.
the only reason they're doing Resurrected is to make proof of concept of the engine they will use for Diablo 4. It's more of them being like, having like easy content to make so that they can refine the engine and have this new look because
Well,
it doesn't look like 3. This looks like
Yeah.
a 3D version of 2.
Well, and
which
2
is
to,
But 2 is
to
also-
satiate the audience at this
That
time
too,
while
yeah.
they're still working on 4.
And
you know?
and you got to remember that they put out that mobile game and everybody got pissed as fuck about
you
it.
guys
Yeah.
don't have phones?
You know, right?
No, we
You
don't
know
have
what I'm saying?
phones.
Like, I couldn't believe that.
That
like,
was
I think that,
and everybody went, boo!
I know, right? I know, right? Well, I
That
mean,
shit
a
was
lot of
fucking
people are having
hilarious.
conversations right
So
now
good.
about Blizzard, right?
Yeah.
Because Blizzard used to kind of be the gold standard of development. Right?
And
Yeah, they were
lately,
the golden
nah,
boy.
man.
Nah,
they have
nah.
Overwatch, and
You
everything
know?
else they've done lately has been.
They have
like,
WoW and Overwatch.
No, well, even
and
WoW.
WoW's get
No,
WoW's
it's down.
tanking
WoW's
so
down.
hard,
down.
dude.
Yeah, it's tanking hard. Everybody's
Asmund
crossing over
Gold's
to
dropping
14.
off, right?
You know, well, I mean, he's still gonna play the game.
Oh, he
but,
is. So he's gonna.
yeah,
how do you
yeah,
play
he's
2
gonna-
MMOs at the same time?
I mean, when that's your full-time gig, it's really not that hard,
point,
especially when
point.
you're in in-game of an MMO.
Yeah.
It doesn't require as much time and
what you do is you just play
dedication.
2 of them at the same time, and you schedule raids back and forth. So where you're waiting for motherfuckers in one,
Yeah.
you do it in the other.
Yeah, but
While
Asmund's
you're in
done
a
all that
queue.
content, dude.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's
None
the
of it's
thing,
new to
too.
him. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you have your set of weekly goals. You have your weeklies to do.
Right.
Once that's done, you got plenty of time to play another game.
Whoa, that mobile game still isn't even out yet.
Yeah, it shouldn't come out.
Wait,
but
wait,
that's the
it's
thing.
Wizard in 3. It is Wizard.
Huh.
Okay, I guess Sorceress
whatever.
was in
Magic
was in,
user.
Yeah, it was in 2.
Spell slinger.
Got
Mage.
Me.
You know?
Mage.
Mage.
There you go.
But that's the
Mage.
thing. It's like what we need right now is Diablo 4. That's another reason why I feel like
With
they
way
went
more
ahead
classes.
and pushed Dark Alliance out.
Yeah.
Is because you want to get all this stuff out now while it has a chance to sell. Once Diablo 2 comes out, which is what lauded as one of the best games ever made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Like ever
Seriously.
made. All of a sudden, something like Dark Alliance ceases to exist. You know, like, nobody's gonna buy that. Like,
No.
it's on Game Pass.
And they
so
had
good
to
for
put it
you,
on
but-
Game Pass to make
Right.
sure people get it, because I feel like the reception is a little hit or miss on Dark Alliance right now. I've seen people that enjoy it. I've seen people that are
I think
on
people
our
want to
side.
love it.
People want to, right?
Yeah.
Because it's D&D, and there are going to be a bunch of people out there that are like, man, I have a connection to this world. Like you were
like
saying,
me.
you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't care as much about the granular details of an action game. This is fine for me, and I get to be in the Forgotten Realms world.
Right.
That's good enough for a lot of people. And hey, that's fine. But this game probably is a 4 out of 10. Like
I mean,
IGN said.
seriously. Like I was really ready to be overly critical of their score. Because I'm like, that's extreme.
You're like, nah,
Yeah.
no
like
way.
A 4. I haven't
then-
seen you put a
But
4
then you
on.
play it and you're like, that's
Like,
actually
Imagine Party
probably
Babies
generous.
didn't even get a 4. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, shit.
Dude, Imagine Party Babies.
You love some Imagine
dude,
Party
dude,
Babies,
dude,
don't
that
you?
shit was
Dude,
lit.
that shit was fun.
It was so
What's up
fun,
with that?
man.
Yeah.
You know,
Dude, that's a great
Lil
party.
Yeety?
Lil Yeety.
Lil Yeety.
That was my baby. My
Remember
baby was
Lil
named Lil
Yeety?
Yeety, boy. You know?
Oh yeah, he's got a point though.
Lil
Baldur's
Yeety
Gate 3 did just come out, and Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
3. The
Now
problem is
that's-
that it's PC only, right? So that's really the only issue with Baldur's Gate 3 is if they did a console version, then it would be a competitor to this. But
Yeah.
at this point, it's the PC side's game that you actually want.
Well,
if
I
you
don't,
like
I don't
this
think
game.
I don't think it's really a competitor because Baldur's Gate is still more RPG than it is hack
Way
and
more.
slash.
You're
about to
completely
say,
right.
it's
Like,
very
like,
different.
They lean very
I
heavily
guess-
into the RPG side of everything.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're like hidden dice rolls and really a very complex.
It also seemed like it actually has like
semi-turn-based
a
gameplay.
story that you care
yeah.
Well,
about.
that's the whole thing. The stories, the characters. Baldur's Gate has always been
And I've already seen that,
so
that voice
character-rich.
acting is
Yeah.
amazing. in
right.
it, dude.
Absolutely,
Oh.
absolutely. And so. I think that's kind of that's a different market. I see how
It really is.
they're in
Well,
a
and I'll
similar
say, because
wheelhouse.
I got the re-release of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 on
Cool.
the
Yes.
Switch, and it was playing that on a with a controller is
Oh, I bet it's rough.
annoying as
Yeah.
shit. It was almost unplayable.
I believe that.
Like for real. Like
Did they let you tap the screen to do stuff?
No, actually, that
Whoa.
probably
That-
would have made it
Wait,
a lot better.
Why
How?
not?
Yeah, that doesn't
That
make any
probably would have
sense.
made it a
Yeah,
heck
that
of
was
a
a-
lot
that's
better.
a- that's
Yeah.
a
No,
missed
dude.
opportunity.
Like Switch doesn't really like a lot of developers don't even use the fucking touchscreen.
Dude,
Dude,
it's
it's
for
just a
dodge play
superfluous-
It's just like the
instead
Wii
of-
U. It
Yeah.
was just oh cool, yeah, we're
It's
gonna put
just
your
a-
map there.
Yeah,
whatever.
we're gonna no. They did that so they could port over all the Wii U games, and that was it. That's the only
Well,
reason. And there's
Nintendo is well known for coming out with really cool tech, showing it off hard and strong when the system first comes out.
Yeah.
and
then
they're
these
the
things-
only ones that do something
right,
with it.
and then they
Yeah,
fall
pretty
by
much.
the wayside, and then we're just
Yeah.
playing video games.
Absolutely.
on
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
console,
yeah.
right? Same rhythm, same cycle every time.
Which I'm fine with.
But-
But no, those Baldur's Gates, I mean, they were cool. They looked great. I mean, they were Baldur's Gate. It's just the controls. I couldn't get past that. I was
That
just like,
sucks
man,
that
I
they
want to
missed
Did
keep
you
out
guys
on
play Neverwinter Nights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neverwinter Nights was also dope.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
Icewind Dale, did you play that?
Icewind Dale, I played
those
the
are, those,
shit
those are
out of
good ass
Icewind
games,
Dale.
man. All on good old games.
You know what?
Everybody,
I-
go get some good old games.
One thing that really kind of blows my mind, like since we're on the D&D kick, like, where's the Dragonlance?
Yeah.
I don't know why we don't ever see anything Dragonlance. Like I've
And we
always
got-
said, and to anybody watching, to anybody who knows the powers that be, we need a Twins trilogy movie series.
Yeah,
we
there
either
you
need
go.
the Dragons quadrilogy, I guess,
Or
I guess
what's
there's
the
5 of
Clerics
them now.
Quartet is another one too. That's the one I read.
Clerics Quartet. I didn't read
Clerics
that one.
Quintet, Clerics.
I wasn't a cleric, man. I'm into Raceland Majir. All right? Yeah. I'm a Raceland man myself. You know? And
Nice.
so, but I do. I think that those stories are really great. And,
Yeah.
you know, while we are focusing on, you know, you go back, you look at Lord of the Rings, you look at, you know, Game of Thrones, and people do have a thirst for, people like high
Oh,
fantasy.
yeah, absolutely.
Especially if there are dragons involved, right? People like it.
Well, and especially right
Dragonlance
now.
is literally all about dragons of summer flame, spring dawning. Like, it's
Yeah.
all about some dragons, bro. And so I just
And you
wonder
know
why
dragons
is
are
no
hot.
one-
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
man. Except for ice dragons.
Yeah.
They ain't so hot. But
And
it's
acid dragons are
and
caustic.
acid dragons. Acid dragons.
Assy dragons.
Assy dragons. Oh man, that sounds like a Lalafell name. Assy Draggins. Assy dragons.
Assy dragons.
You know?
I'm dragging ass over
Dragging
there.
ass, man.
You live down the street from Bilbo. Nobody likes him.
Assy
Yeah,
dragons.
Assy dragons. You know.
God.
Oh my god. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, so
Yes, let's move very quickly past all of
Fuck
those
that.
dad
We
jokes.
don't know what you're talking about.
Assy dragons shirts, bro.
you just
Oh.
assy dragons.
Assy
dragons.
That's right.
It's great.
Welcome to our new podcast, Assy Dragons.
Where is the ass on this dragon?
Assy.
Find the
It's
dragon's
like
ass.
pin the tail on the donkey.
Pin the ass on the dragon.
Pin the ass on the dragon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm
you
fine
know
with it.
for kids.
For kids, you know. You're for kids.
Yeah, for kids.
One of these.
One of these.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I'm so glad people can see us doing that now.
Yeah. See, we've been doing this the whole
we've been
time on the
doing this for
podcast.
years.
We've been doing it for years for kids.
You know, one of these.
for kids.
Fuck me.
So, Metroid.
Yeah.
Metroid Dread was one of the biggest things that I saw come out of E3 that I was excited about. I think almost everybody that
I think
knows about Metroid was like,
That
fuck
was
yes.
that was
this
the,
is it.
that was the big pop, man.
That was the big one, man. Because, I mean, I would say that was a bigger deal to me than the Breath of the Wild 2 stuff. Because I was like, yeah, Breath of the Wild 2. That
Yeah.
exists. Cool. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
I mean, I'll
Metroid
definitely.
Dread, though,
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out of nowhere
Yeah,
and
that
gave
was
me
a
some
huge-
shit I didn't even know I wanted.
That was a
Exactly.
huge
You know?
surprise.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, this is a direct sequel to, like, Fusion.
Right.
This
Right?
is yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
because Zero Missions first,
Zero
and
Mission,
then
NES,
then
and
NES, then Super, and then
then
Fusion.
then Fusion.
Right,
yeah.
and then all the rest of them have a timeline that doesn't make sense. So
Oh,
just,
and
well,
Metroid 2.
Metroid 2 is after the first one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
because that's where she gets the baby.
yeah, and at this point, because of Metroid Dread, showing its colors and making everybody interested in Metroid, turns out a lot of people haven't fucking played these old Metroid games.
Of course.
Well,
you know,
yeah,
it's
well,
been so long since we've
Metroid
had
has
them.
never sold.
Yeah,
well.
and we take it
Well,
as an
because Metroid is
obvious,
difficult.
right?
Yeah.
It is.
It's very
yeah.
difficult.
Mhm.
You know, it's always been a very difficult game. But Metroid has an atmosphere that really can't be matched by any other, especially like in the sci-fi genre.
Dude,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
it was the first game to rip off Alien, and it did it
Absolutely,
so
and it
well.
so well.
Yeah.
You know, and even like I don't know, did you ever go back and watch the Metroid Dread footage that they did? I know you said you didn't want to see it. At
I
first.
did not
no,
watch the
I
gameplay.
didn't watch
I
the
didn't do it.
Treehouse footage.
So you haven't
at
heard?
all.
Did you hear any of the soundtrack? Like it has
No.
that same like very minimalist soundtrack.
Oh,
Just-
yeah.
yeah.
Good.
That
Good.
really does just add to that feeling of absolute isolation.
Absolutely.
Right, and
Yep.
that's the jam. That's the song. Like, yeah, and you,
You're like,
yeah,
Fill in the gaps right there.
fill in the gaps with a wave cannon.
That's right.
You know, and so like
Bam,
but
bam,
they
bam.
really, I mean, because everyone's looking for Prime 3, right? Because whatever
Prime
FPS
4.
is
Prime 4, yeah,
Prime
Prime
4,
4,
yeah, because FPS is it
Yeah.
is what it is.
But they've
but a
they've pretty much
TV
scrapped everything on that.
Of course,
they
they had
can't.
to
Yeah,
start over.
they had 2 years of development,
Yeah.
and then I think like a beginning of this year they came out and said, yeah, we weren't happy where everything was going,
Yeah,
so we're literally
yeah.
going to scrap everything and give it to another developer. Like, what?
yeah, they need to just go on and give it to
Yeah.
Platinum. Go on and give it to Platinum.
Boy, I
Wow.
mean,
Hand it to
yeah.
They already handed it to Team Ninja, and they did a cool thing that nobody really liked. If they handed it to Platinum, I think Platinum would do a thing that people
It
would
would be
like,
ungodly.
but it would also be silly.
Huh? Yeah, that's
So
the
that's part of the
problem.
problem.
It'd be too energetic.
It'd be-
You know, yeah, they don't know how to calm down.
Yeah, they do not know how to
That's
calm
the
down,
problem.
man.
They don't know how to chill.
Jesus,
You know, like, they don't-
Which
and
is
they
what
just
makes them
raise the
great.
bar. They're
Oh,
so
yeah.
Michael Bay on it.
Yeah,
every
exactly.
fucking
Exactly.
stage, you're like, now I'm
What?
fighting 4 dragons. Now I'm fighting in a planet of dragons.
For real, it's like how many Ridleys are there?
Yeah.
You know,
now the planet's falling apart.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's a
right?
Metroid thing
But
anyway.
maybe
That is a Metroid thing.
Nintendo. Well, Nintendo could use that style of Metroid. You know, people would get into that.
Yeah.
The problem is that it would change the face of Metroid.
So,
And,
do you guys prefer the 3D or 2D?
I prefer
Metroids?
2D, but I'm a classicist.
I want them both.
That's my
I want 'em
problem, man.
both. Because Prime is such a great
The
series.
Prime
I love
trilogy's so
Prime.
good.
Prime's
So
really
good.
good, but I
Yeah.
still
You know?
prefer the 2D, man.
I feel you, dude. Super Metroid has always been like gold standard of gaming since
Right.
I was a kid. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
There's probably I've actually played through it like less than a year ago and still was 100% happy with every moment of that game.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The gameplay holds
Well-
up just as clean as anything else.
Well, I'll put it this way, and maybe this is because they really haven't shown anything other than a logo for Metroid 4.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like,
Yeah,
oh, cool,
4.
they're doing 4, and that was about the most enthusiastic I've gotten off of that.
But
know?
you
I'll
played
check
the
you
other
later,
primes,
man.
though,
I've
right?
played the other primes.
Okay.
I've played
okay.
the other primes.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I,
yeah,
and,
watching
and
very
I'll,
difficult,
and
very,
I'll
very
have-
long.
Yeah. and-
What?
Mott's got to go back to work.
Oh,
thanks for watching.
Have a good day at
man.
work.
Goodbye.
Bye.
But no, I've played Prime. I like Prime. Prime is a good series.
Controls
of
were a
Metroid.
little difficult.
They're a
for
little
the
weird.
GameCube,
They're a little
but-
weird. I think they
Man,
came
but
into
that
their own
Wii
with the trilogy
trilogy.
when they put it on the Wii. I think that's where
That
those
shit's
games
so
shine.
good,
Yeah.
man.
You
I
know?
gotta show you Metroid
But-
Prime in VR. I just remembered that you can
Yeah.
play fucking the Dolphin emulator in VR, so you can play F-Zero GX.
Oh,
you can
cool.
play fucking and Metroid Prime's so weird because it works really well, but because the graphics were so good, they culled everything that's out of your screen. So you will totally be fighting one of those bug enemies and circle strafe around them, and then there's another one that you hear. So you look over
Oh.
here and you're like, okay, and then you're fighting it, and then you look over at the other one and he's not even there. You're
Oh,
like,
wow.
because it's just a
That's
trick
weird.
to make the GameCube look good, right?
Exactly.
The sounds are still there. He'll still attack you, but they just won't be there, and the environment won't be there. So
That's
when you
crazy.
turn your head, it gets a little wonky,
Yeah.
but not bad. And especially if you're generally not moving too much, dude, it's amazing.
Heck
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
sounds.
Sorry
that
to
sounds
tangent,
good.
but
You're good. That sounds fun. But back to my original point. Haven't really been that excited about Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw the trailer for Dread, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh fuck yeah, day one, I'm
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be streaming that one, guys.
It almost made me want a Switch. That was
Yeah.
that was one of those where I was going like, fuck, man. That and then Link's Awakening. Like
Yeah.
the Link's Awakening remake is absolutely something that I've just been.
The link. You talking about the you're just talking about in general, like games on the Switch.
on the Switch
not-
that make
yeah.
me want to buy a Switch. Yeah, that's
I
it.
think
'Cause
Dread's
it's
like pretty much it. Well, Monkey Ball.
Monkey
Dude,
Ball.
Monkey Ball.
Because it's a
But-
collection, dude.
Yeah,
and
And
I
that's
would-
that's a
that's
perfect
another
Switch
one.
game
right
right there.
That-
They better
that's
have
one of
good
those games
motion
that I wanna
controllers
play on the
though.
go.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that'd be really really cool.
Monkey Ball,
Yeah, 'cause you
Shin
can
Megami
you-
Tensei.
oh, dude,
with-
that new
yeah,
Shin Megami looks so
that
good.
looks
It looks
really
really
fun.
Uh-huh. So I mean, they have a handful of them. It's
Yeah.
just there's also a Switch emulator out there. So.
Oh,
Which a lot of people are using their Xbox Series X's. You know, you can apparently mod the Series X. Apparently, it's super.
Oh,
easy
it is
to mod.
easy. You're right about
Yeah,
that. And it's an
right?
emulator beast,
Right,
dude.
you know,
Yeah.
so I mean that's a very strong selling point for a Series X. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
like I'm just like, maybe I should get one.
Yeah, man.
Just
Well,
mod it immediately.
even the Series
Yeah.
S is actually super moddable,
Yes.
and it's for that kind of situation, it's amazing.
right,
yeah,
And
but-
it's super lightweight, you know.
The S is kind of a mixed bag there. You're like, well, do I want the underpowered system or just want to
But
go
if
ahead
you're
and
using
spend
it
the
for an
extra?
emulator
then it
box,
doesn't matter at all.
Then it
Who cares,
doesn't
right?
You have a
matter.
boss
Yeah.
system over
Exactly.
there. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's only a little bit more expensive than what you would pay for like a small PC, and it's also a very capable next gen system.
Right.
So you know, and the new controller.
well, I mean, and if you have
And
if
it's
you have
it's your
Game
Pass box.
And it's your
Yeah,
Game
if you have
Pass
Game-
box.
It's your
The
Game
Game
Pass
Pass
box.
which this Game Pass. Okay, so I got to get this Metroid point out before I move on to this next one. But the Metroid sales have spiked on
I mean, that's not a surprise.
Yeah,
the Wii U because that's the only console that has the
that
Metroid
you can
games.
actually get any of them.
And nobody has Wii U's anymore.
I do.
Oh yeah, I do too. I got two.
I need to get one
I mean,
of
you
them.
can find Wii U's for so cheap, and they are such a great console.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if so cheap is the way it's going.
Well,
I
last
kind
time I
of think
saw
they're starting to
GameStop.
climb.
Oh,
but
okay.
they-
Yeah.
You can't
That
you
makes
can't get them
sense.
at GameStop anymore.
Really?
You
Yeah.
can't trade. You can't even trade them in at GameStop anymore.
No, because yeah,
Well, I know they don't take them anymore, but I figured.
I don't think you
last
can buy them
time-
either, unless it's one
Really?
that just
What?
has one laying around on the
Yeah.
shelf.
I mean, they
but
might.
I'm pretty sure a lot of that
they
shit's
might
getting
I've
still
sent
seen
sell
them
it
at,
on.
Yeah, I've seen them at GameStops, but
Man, mm-hmm.
They might
don't
sell
know
it
about
on the
this price
online
climbing.
store at this point.
Yeah.
I wonder.
The
You know?
What are they
dude,
going
for?
not only is the Wii U's
I'd
price
say I
climbing.
sell mine.
I mean, maybe our Gambit Geek friend over here can weigh in on
Gambit
this.
Geek.
That
Yeah.
the Wii U and the 3DS have been climbing in price. But yeah, the 3DS.
I mean, all gaming has been climbing after COVID.
But this is specifically since Metroid was announced.
Yeah,
that's really what I'm saying. Is that these things went boom
really,
all
awesome.
of a sudden. Yeah.
Well, shit, dude. The people on like Amazon and eBay are already selling.
Yeah.
Dread for like $250.
That's funny.
But really, if you do happen to find a Wii U and you haven't played Metroid, you can play every Metroid except for Prime Hunters and Samus Returns.
Samus Returns.
All the rest of them. The trilogy, Other M, Fusion, Zero Mission, Super, original NES version. I also don't think you can play 2, but if you guys can find it, go get the Another Metroid 2 remake. It's the 2D version.
It's going to be hard for you to find. You're going to have to dig.
But if you can find it, you might have to go to like some shady sites to find that one. But I snatched it up on everything I could when it very first launched because I knew immediately. I was like, this is going away. They're getting the shit suit out of them and
something.
And they totally did that cease and desist. Fuck it. Okay, sorry, we're not. Nope, we're not going to distribute this anymore because they didn't want to get their ass.
I mean,
off,
it was a great game. I wish
it's so cool.
I wish it didn't work out that way, but I mean, the guys who made it didn't have a leg to stand on.
Well,
I mean,
all it is a Super Metroid looking Metroid.
Other
2.
than the fact that
that's
they were
all
just giving it away, they
were
actually making any money off of it.
Which
that was
is
the only
and
leg
that's how they
stood.
did not get the fuck suit out of it.
Right.
Right.
Like
they just
that,
took it down, walked away.
Like that other dude that was running that emulator site, about a month ago. What is it? He got his ass handed to him because he was charging for that shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, there are a lot of Wii U's going for around $240 right now.
Yeah, see, spiked up.
Here's somebody selling one for $90. They said
bad.
it was $400.
Whoa.
And I guess it wasn't moving. But a lot of them, about 220,
Damn.
219, 189. That's fucking wild.
It's wild, man.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
And they're also, I'm just saying, you can mod a Wii U fairly easily.
Yeah.
And you can get everything.
And I think this is a good sign for Metroid fans.
Yeah.
Because again, historically, Metroid games have not sold that well, which
But
is
the
why there's
fans
so few of them.
Rabid.
Yeah, cult
The
following.
fans are rabid. But now that you have such huge install base with the Switch, and even people that like don't have, all they have is the Switch.
But the only
like
one you can
Metroid
play
Dread.
is Super, right? Is Super Metroid is the only one that's on there?
It's on the Nintendo Online.
Yeah.
If you have that subscription, then you can play Super, and you can play the original NES. But I don't think you can play any of the other ones. But what I'm saying is with the sales going up on the Wii U, this might and especially if Dread sells well,
it's going to,
which is going to, which is absolutely going to. This may number one show Nintendo, hey, maybe we should release all the other we might actually get a Prime trilogy, port or something, hey,
we'll
let's
see
put
about that.
we'll
maybe
see. I think
maybe
they're more likely to
this is all
resell the 2D
speculation. This is
Metroids
this is all but number two, again, Dread's gonna sell well. We might actually start getting more Metroid games in the future because of this.
I doubt that, man. I doubt it only because Metroid is, even though Metroid hasn't sold very, very well historically, it's still very important to the Nintendo brand.
Like Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that's always pushed to the side. What, we got 2-3 Kid Icarus games? Is that it?
Yeah.
Metroid's bigger.
Metroid's bigger.
Way
It's
bigger.
still one of those
But
OGs.
still,
that, like,
and they don't really play around with that stuff, man.
They don't.
It's like if they're gonna release something, it's gonna be AAA.
Where's my F-Zero, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Where is my F-Zero, motherfucker? You can re-release GX.
Dude, just make it look better.
That's it.
You don't even have to make it look better. Just make it run good.
Yeah, that's
God, dude.
Just make sure the frames don't dip.
That's it.
That's it.
And
That's
it was
really all you
flawless
need.
on GameCube.
Absolutely.
Make it widescreen. Done.
And there's so
Done
much
ski.
content in that game.
Yeah.
There's so many tracks, and it's so hard just to make it through one cup.
And the music is hot.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder why we haven't seen anything about like F-Zero lately.
I don't know.
Because I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. I don't feel like there are enough racing games right now, to tell you the truth.
There really aren't a lot of
especially,
racing
like,
games.
Even like arcade-style racers. We lean heavily into the sim thing, which I guess we'll get to
Like
in a
Forza
few.
and all that.
Right,
Yeah.
and Gran Turismo, etc.
Yeah.
Whereas the fun is in like Need for Speed Heat, right?
Yeah.
Like, the fun is in like
Fast
Wipeout.
RMX,
I loved
dude.
Burnout Paradise.
You know?
Although I like the
They
older
did a
Burnouts
remake,
better,
Yeah.
but Burnout Paradise was super fun. And
Right.
you know,
Takedown's the one.
Oh, Burnout. Is it 3?
That's
Yeah,
Burnout
that's 3.
Burnout 3 is that's what we need, man.
Man.
But Criterion is well, they're disbanded. So.
What's the name of this game that they were working on? It's not Criterion.
Dangerous Driving.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
where
that's
where it's like the little cars, but you're trying to knock shit over?
Oh no! Well, okay. Dangerous Golf was made by some of the Criterion developers, and they basically took Crash Mode and made it a golf game.
So
and then
it's
the
kind
same
of,
people made a racer that was very similar in style to Burnout, but I don't think they're like micro machines. I think that those two things might be overlapping right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
so Dangerous
conflating
Golf
the
is
two.
one thing,
I
exactly.
see. Okay.
And Dangerous Driving is like it's kind of like Burnout Light. Yeah, and so
Burnout adjacent.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
Burnout
it's Burnout
adjacent.
adjacent. Yeah, totally. But that'd be great. That'd be great if we could. I mean, another Burnout right now would take off.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
yeah,
it would take off. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's not gonna
That's
do
a
that.
racing
They're all
game
right
you can
in
get the
that
whole fam on, dude.
right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
Absolutely.
Just
I
gather
love-
the kids around.
Yeah, well, you do the party crash mode and you
Oh,
just
yeah,
pass
dude.
the controller
Yeah,
around.
absolutely.
Like, it was
Absolutely.
a great fucking idea.
You know,
what
yeah.
happened to games like that where you'd have a one person play at a time and everybody else cheer them
The
on?
So
internet.
are we segueing straight into sports?
I still got
Because
news.
not-
Yeah,
I still got
Oh,
news.
okay, because this is gonna get dicey over here.
All right,
Yeah.
well, we're stopping on
Well,
that.
I'm just gonna say Hydro Thunder.
Okay. No, well, here's some sports. They're making a Space Jam beat 'em up based on the new movie, and it looks like a Super Nintendo Genesis game, and it actually looks like a solid beat 'em up. And I don't care about the movie at all,
Oh no, not at all.
but the beat 'em up,
So basically,
All
what you're
right.
telling me is that LeBron is getting his own Shaq Fu.
yeah,
Pretty much. Yep.
Wow, man,
He's made it. He's
He's
finally
made it,
He's
right?
finally made it.
Now
Well-
wait, does he have a rap album? Because I mean, that would be the only thing that
That's the
Shaq
next
has.
step.
Right. Well, I mean, he might have one because Kobe was rapping.
Oh yeah.
wow, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kobe was rapping.
Damn, I didn't know
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if LeBron. did it.
Gambit said no love for Earthbound or Chrono Trigger.
Oh man,
mean,
always
what
Chrono.
you mean?
I figured I should put Chrono Trigger away because I
always-
mentioned that every
Yeah, I
single
was saying,
fucking
but,
episode. But
And-
hey,
and Earthbound-
Every time.
tradition calls.
Every time.
And Earthbound's not for people, really. Like,
Eh,
like
I mean,
there's
I
so
like
many people that
I like
don't
Earthbound
dig it at
okay,
all.
but I can't get through it. But Chrono Trigger's the greatest fucking game ever made, and
Yeah.
it needs to be on fucking Switch.
Yeah, plus they won't
Right
fucking
now.
they won't release Mother
and
3.
not the iOS
which-
version.
Mother
I think
3 has a
that shit.
translation
Final
patch,
Fantasy
dude.
6 is better than Chrono Trigger.
Ooh, contentious.
I said it, bitch.
Ooh.
I said it.
Well, that's
Final
like-
Fantasy 6 has suicide. My girl threw herself off of a cliff,
Well,
boy.
that's
She was
like-
depressed, son.
That's like your opinion, man.
I mean, yeah, I know, and I'm gonna drop it. Only because, like, I love Chrono Trigger, man. I really, really do.
I love that game.
I love it. It's a phenomenal game. I mean, no shit, no lie. But I mean, I want to see more love for 6/3, man. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people, because of the time that it came out, a lot of people don't know it. A lot of our new gaming generation,
Right,
don't know it
absolutely.
at all.
Yeah.
right. Everybody's focused on 7, and it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, that's great. But
Well, you can
6,
play
man.
3.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
I don't know
It's
if
like
that, I don't
2
remember if
whole
that's on
games in one.
NSO.
Yeah,
I
for
think
real.
I know that 3 is on the NES Classic, but for right now, I think that's the only legal.
I thought it was 2.
means.
I'm
I
not
thought they
hating
were-
No,
on
no, no,
Earthbound.
one,
I'm
there's
saying people
2.
don't like Earthbound.
But is it the Japanese 3 or is it the American 3?
It's the American 3 because
So
it's
6,
on the
yeah.
it's
Okay.
on the NES Classic.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. The only place
Wait,
that I
no,
know.
that'd be SNES.
Oh, SNES
Yeah,
Classic.
right,
That-
okay,
that-
got it,
yeah.
got it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm pretty sure it's not on the Nintendo Online.
Mm.
The
Mm,
I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while.
yeah. I would love to just see if they took that story and gave it a 2021 graphical treatment. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it would blow minds, man.
Oh, yeah,
like it's a
absolutely.
lot. So much is going on. There's so many different systems. You can leave characters behind and not even have them with you at the end game if you don't play properly.
Yeah.
Like there's so many little it's like Chrono Trigger to me feels like a straight line. And that's fine. It's a beautiful line, very
Yeah.
thickly, like it's a fresh.
It's
thick
a
Sharpie.
very
And it's
very
just
well
like,
made line, and
it's
I
a
think that's why I
gorgeous
like
line.
it. Yeah,
You know,
that's why
it's
I
a
like it.
gorgeous
It's because it's so tight.
Yeah, it is. It's super,
It's a tight
super
line
focused,
there.
super
Tight
Ooh,
line.
that's a tight
yeah,
line.
6, man. 6 is it's one of those things that's just so thought provoking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even at this stage of my life, I still think back about it. I'm just like, God, man. Like those characters were suffering.
Yeah,
Like there was so much pain
I can-
in that
I could see where you're going.
The first time
with your
I don't even
wrong
think.
opinion.
Right, you know, and that's the thing, you know, because
Counter.
No, I love
seriously,
3. I
you know,
love
you
3.
just
I do.
can't save some people, and you just have to let them drown.
3/6 is probably my favorite Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
easily.
I'll put that.
100%.
I'll put that on my top.
I'm still a 9 guy, man.
I love 9.
Nine's
The only
still my
problem I
favorite.
have with 9
Nine's
is halfway through when you're majority of the way through the fucking game, they fucking press pause and make you play that stupid fucking card game.
Oh, come on. You don't like
love
No,
triple
fuck
triad?
that
Triple
shit.
triad is my
Come
shit.
on,
No,
dude.
it's
Why don't you like
terrible. I
triple
hate
triad?
it.
I was thinking about
love
printing
triple
out
garbage.
the cards
Just too
for
much
triple
random.
triad.
Are
and
you the
playing
type
it.
of person that skips lore? Do you? I mean, you're not a lore
No,
fan,
no,
right?
no. I love.
Can you play
lore.
triple triad in
Good.
I
14?
love
Good.
lore. I just
Yes.
don't like the
You can
randomness in
collect
that fucking
cards.
card game.
You can collect cards all across the realm. You can
course
challenge
you
people.
can.
Yeah,
Of course
dude.
you
You
can.
can go
And
to a
it's great, and
shopkeeper.
when they-
they'll have an icon over their head and be like, all right, let's.
You
throw
know
down,
what? And when they
motherfucker."
did
Yeah.
it,
You
and
know?
when they did that shit in 8, that was fun as fuck.
Right.
I really liked it, the card game in 8. I can't remember what it was.
You just don't
what it
want to
was
have to
called.
play it.
I don't. Yeah, that was the main problem that I had.
well, hold on.
You have to play it to progress the story, and there's so much goddamn randomness in it that
Yeah,
you can't
there
like
is.
plan anything out.
I mean, there's a fair amount.
Yeah, but I mean, like almost every Final Fantasy does what you're talking about. Like,
Well, yeah,
like the
it's-
tower defense game in the middle
Yeah,
of 7,
and the
and
fucking-
like
Blitzball
and like Blitzball in the middle of
Right.
10, and like I don't know, 12 doesn't really do that to you. 12's actually
12's like, hey, come and fight. shit.
Yeah.
once you
play-
keep
got
doing hunts, do more hunts.
Yeah, right. You got hunts. Let's
God,
go.
I love the hunt system
Yeah.
too. But there were a lot of those hunts that were pretty much like crushingly difficult, way
Yeah.
too early for
And
you.
you can only find this one particular hunt if it's raining. And
yeah,
the right
seriously.
Time of day, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
just
super cool.
it's just one of those things. It's like it's irritating. I've gotten past it once. I've beaten
But
9.
if that's the only complaint you
That's
got,
the only complaint that
then,
I have
mean,
because I mean, it just means that it's just not replayable for me
Man,
because
I
I
know you
always
want
get up
another
to
Ill
that
Blade.
point.
well, I'm just
and I'm like,
you say ill bleed.
that's exactly what he
That's
said.
really
he wants
fucking
another
funny.
Jet
Yeah.
My Radio or Ill Bleed.
Well, no, ill bleed was bad technically, but
with
as
evil,
far,
evil Sonic. on it and
right.
fucking-
But as far as the concept, ill bleed's dope.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
ill
absolutely.
bleed's super good.
Uh-huh.
But no, I could completely understand why you
Yeah,
need,
it's just like
Chrono
I
Trigger with
pushed through it
training
one
wheels to
time.
get you to the
Oh,
end. RPG.
Yeah,
I totally
fuck
get that. Outright. You call me wrong on stream. And so, but I mean, we'll see what they end up doing, man. Like
Fingers crossed,
'cause-
man.
How do we
'cause Chrono
get? How do we
Trigger
get there
should
from
really have a remake.
from the Space Jam game?
I don't
think you guys just completely sidestepped my
I don't think
Space
anybody
Jam
gives
game.
a fuck about the Space Jam.
Man, come
game.
on!
Yeah,
I'm trying
man.
to talk about LeBron in 2D.
Ever since I saw
pixel art,
No,
every
thank
time
you.
I see those trailers for that movie, it
with
just
his
makes
no
me
expression
Yeah.
face.
mad. I get so mad. I'm like, I can tell, but watching this trailer, my boy, dude, look, LeBron, you're a talented individual. You know that. The world knows that.
Absolutely.
Acting might not be your bag,
That's
bro.
not your thing,
and I know
dude.
I know you're cashing them checks. And get it. Get your money, man.
Everybody isn't The Rock, though. You
However-
can't just transition from your
Right.
sport to, you
Right.
know, like
You
it
know,
doesn't work
and you
that
don't
way.
have enough neck to be like
No,
Batista.
he doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? You need more neck, man. That's what it is.
Maybe that's
It's
what
like,
it is. He needs more neck.
He needs some more neck.
Needs
Yeah,
more
that-
neck.
Less shoulders,
Yeah,
more neck. That's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Wouldn't it be less neck though?
Technically,
No.
I mean,
Well, less than Batista.
Less-
Fuck. I mean, that's just a given.
That's
ain't
an
it? Like,
explosive neck,
since,
right?
Since
I don't know.
Benoit's dead.
I don't know if anybody.
Batista's king neck over here.
I don't know, but I think Batista's the only person that can handle that neck.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Him and Corpse Grinder is the only two.
Fucking
Yeah.
Corpse Grinder, but Corpse Grinder's neck, it doesn't look like muscle anymore. He just looks like he has a like a
Like
tree
a long,
stump for a
really
head. He's just got.
Next time on. So, what do you think of this?
So here's
Next
some quick.
time.
I was waiting for it.
Next time, I didn't pick it up. I'm sorry,
I'm
I didn't
serious.
even pick it
I
up.
was like, God, man, it just dropped.
You had to
It's like
underline it
gumdrops.
more.
It's
You
like
gotta-
gumdrops.
Yeah,
on the
you had
ground.
to boom.
Ooh, piece of candy. So here's a quick bit of news. The Shadowrun trilogy. The Shadowrun trilogy is free on GOG.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
just downloaded that. Haven't played it yet.
Free.
Plan on doing it. It's free.
Go get
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Everybody, go get it.
Good
It's like the
old
Super
games.
Nintendo style isometric
Good,
RPG
so we get to
style.
suffer. I like it.
Yeah, suffer with a really cool story that is pretty dynamic. Like you
Yeah.
can do a bunch of shit in it.
Yeah, nice little dark wave soundtrack.
That's really all I gotta say. Just go get Shadowrun. It's Good Old Games is awesome. If you
Good
don't know
old
about
games
Good Old
is
Games,
great, dude.
yeah,
I just recently picked up Beyond Good and Evil from them.
yeah, totally.
That's some
Shit,
good
for
shit.
like-
great,
for like-
great game.
I think it was like $4 or $5. I mean, it was
Yeah, you
super
got a
fucking
bunch of
cheap.
stuff.
Yeah, I got a bunch of shit. I ended up picking up Beyond Good and Evil, Ys 1 and 2
I thought you were
Chronicles
streaming
Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually Ys Origins.
Okay.
That was Ys Origins. I'll probably stream 1 and 2 once I get, done streaming this other game that we'll get to eventually. But
Actually, that's next.
yeah, and then the Mortal Kombat trilogy.
Okay.
Like I spent less than 3.
MK trilogy?
Yeah.
Do you
1,
mean
2, and 3.
1, 2, and,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
1, 2,
not
not
MK
trilogy.
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 Okay,
Right.
good.
Okay.
Good
1,
on
2,
you,
and
because that's
3.
what you
Right.
want. You
Yeah.
don't want
I was
MK
gonna say,
trilogy.
is trash.
That's a bad game. Yeah.
Yeah.
1,
But
2,
it
and
does
3.
have Motaro. In it.
All for less than like $10. Good old
exactly.
games is
Yeah,
awesome.
and Kintaro.
And Kintaro.
And fucking who else was in that? That was
That's back when
stupid?
Shao Kahn was actually worth a shit.
Yeah, really.
that was
I know.
kinda Cool.
How they gonna nerf Shao Kahn? Like, what the fuck is that, man?
Poor guy can't get any respect.
Really, man.
He's up
Everybody's
there.
hating on his shoulders. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. I mean, he's been talking too much trash.
Yeah, really.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Everybody, you suck. I'm like, oh my.
Mortals,
Sir.
I've come for your souls.
So I mean,
it's
how
great.
are you liking Monster Hunters?
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, that's our.
I absolutely love it. I've been playing and streaming occasionally the
Yeah.
Monster Hunter
Stories.
2 demo.
Mhm.
I am fucking sold. Absolutely. It's the first Monster Hunter game that I feel like I'm actually gonna be able to play through
Oh wow.
because it's more of a turn-based RPG.
I mean, I played a
Kinda
little
thing.
bit of it. I like it.
Yeah.
Just I ran around.
The
did
battle
one
system
battle,
is
and I was like,
fantastic.
this is already better to me.
This is the Pokemon game I've always wanted.
Got ya.
You know?
See, Shin Megami
is-
was the Pokemon game I always wanted.
Yeah,
so
see,
I
there you
understand.
go. Yeah.
So is it just like 1v1? It's like it's you and your monster.
It's you and your monster, which you can ride. That's your mount.
Right.
And then you also have something that they call a battle buddy.
Battle
which
buddy.
is
Battle buddies?
another. Yeah, battle
love
buddies.
battle
Dude,
buddies.
Dude, all of their
I'm
little
sold
like
already.
titles for like all the things is like are super cute because they don't call them monsters. They call them monsties.
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 Yeah, and that kind of made me mad at first. 'Cause I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
I don't know. This is
I
too
don't know
far.
about monsters.
Get some
people,
monsties.
people love cute stuff, and I like cute stuff.
Yeah.
Monster is a word.
I got you. Monster is a word.
Chicky nuggies. I don't need chicky nuggies.
I think
don't
I've
need
I think I've got.
I know, and I'm about tendies.
You about
I'm all
tendies?
about tendies.
But you don't like chicky
nuggies. I
nuggies?
don't like chalky milk.
You
I
don't
don't
like chalky
know.
milk?
Because I feel like the only way you can say it is chalky milk or
Yeah.
chicky nuggies.
Chicky
Like,
nuggies.
You can't just like, oh, I need some chicky nuggies. You know, like
Can I get a 10 piece of those chicken
chicken
nuggets?
nuggets, please? You know, and if you could throw in an extra side of chalky milk, that'd be great. You know, if I could be chicken
That's
nuggets,
great.
like
But no,
cringe.
but no, I
hate it so much.
I really like it. I really like the game. It's super fun.
With the monsties.
The Monsties.
So why didn't they just call it Monsty Hunter then? Huh?
Oh,
if it's
man,
fucking,
that would have been great.
You
Because
know?
people like me wouldn't have been duped into buying it.
you're like,
Yeah.
fuck
I'd
you,
be like, fuck
Monsty
that.
Hunter.
And I ain't hunting no monsties.
Ain't
No
hunting no
monsty hunter.
monsters.
For real, you know, you can't go to the guy at the local GameStop and be like, man, y'all got Monsty Hunter.
Yeah.
Y'all got that Monsty Hunter.
Dude, that reminds
Yeah.
me. That reminds me of this one time I went to CC's. You know, because
Uh-huh.
I used to go to CC's all the time because I mean the pizza sucked, but they always had arcade games. They used
Yeah.
to like there was this
welcome to
one.
CC's.
Yeah, they had like Raiden DX and they had like
Yes.
Wyvern wings and they had like shit like that. So I'd
Yeah.
go play the shmups and eat terrible pizza.
Yeah.
I remember there was this one dude that was mugging the whole time and he had his pizza and he was fucking walking around mugging and me and my
I love
buddies
people who, like,
and me and my
gangbang
buddies
on
were like,
pizza.
dude, you can't look hard in CC's.
Okay,
Okay, you can't.
Why are you trying to look hard?
You
and
can't
see-
look hard in
Yeah, for real.
CC's. I'm
With-
sorry,
with,
man.
With a cinnamon pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Over there mugging like, damn. This cinnamon rolls ruined my day. You can't look hard in CC's though.
No.
Oh, God. Okay, so was he working there or was he just hanging out?
No, he was
was just
eating.
thugging.
He was just yeah. No, he like had like a family, and all of them were fine. All of them looked like they were having a blast, but he just had the scowl on his face, walking around, grimacing at pepperonis and shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, calm down, man. Go play some riding.
It ain't that deep.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
you know what I think's weird too? When you walk in an establishment and they totally have an emulator cabinet. You ever been in a place
Oh,
that
yeah.
has an
Yeah,
emulator
absolutely,
cabinet and you're
absolutely.
going like,
Totally.
guys, how do you get away with this?
Right.
How is nobody walked in here and been like, well, this is illegal?
Yeah, and they've been doing those for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, you would have like Bad Dudes 2, and like Ninja Gaiden.
Are you bad enough,
like,
dudes?
I'm bad.
No.
And so,
they weren't bad enough, dude.
Not bad enough,
I mean, they were bad enough. They were stealing video games and putting it out here for the public to play. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. You don't do that shit today, man.
No, you don't. You get fucked by Nintendo. Directly. That's right.
Where are these Nintendo
they're
spies?
the ones.
Because they have spies, man. The Nintendo Mafia out there watching. Like,
yeah, dude.
The Nintendo ninjas.
Yeah, Nintendo ninjas. Yeah. Ninjas.
Ninja-tendo. I don't know.
Nintendo.
I don't like any of it. It's just not good. No. Moving
Seems
on.
like a
Nintendo. Did you guys check out this Halo Infinite?
Yeah.
Before we move on, Monster Hunter Stories 2 is a great game. You should play the demo and buy it when it comes out.
He means Monsty Hunter.
Monsty Hunter is really good.
You like hunting monsties.
I love hunting monsties.
There you go.
And hatching
Monsties.
monsties from
For you.
stinky
For
eggs.
everyone
That's
else,
real fun.
Play Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter
Stinky
World.
Monsty eggs. Yeah, I just didn't dig World, man. It wasn't feeling it. But anyway,
Yeah.
Halo.
Halo.
Yeah. So they finally showed off a trailer of the new Halo Infinite multiplayer shit,
Yes.
right?
Cool.
Looks like Halo,
That's all that people want.
and it looks like good Halo.
Yeah.
Like it
Looks
looks
a grappling hook.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a grappling hook?
I think they might
Cool.
even have other equipment that they added to this one too. But
Neat.
yes, a grappling hook is a big deal,
Yeah.
and that's a game changer. There's a sprint, which I know people are contentious with Halo. They want slow man Halo, but
Yeah.
I like a sprint. So
At this point,
You
if
gotta grow
don't-
up, man.
If you don't have a sprint,
You're lacking.
Your game's gonna feel archaic.
Yeah,
you're-
absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. But other than that, it looks like good ass Halo.
Right.
Like, and the crazy thing about it is that it's free. The multiplayer is just free, and I don't
Yeah.
mean like free for Xbox Live subscribers or
Right.
free for Game Pass people. I mean free. You
Now,
don't have to have
okay,
shit.
well,
If
that
you
brings
have
us to-
anything, an
that br-
Xbox, a PC, you could play Halo for free.
Okay. Now, having a PC is everything there. Would you buy a Series X for this for free Halo? Would you, Scott?
No.
No.
No, but I generally don't care about anything on Xbox.
Right, but
Yeah,
but that's
just
what
in
Halo
general.
is. Halo
Yeah,
is
Halo
this
is
the beacon.
Right,
to
absolutely,
draw
100%.
people to
Yeah,
the Xbox Series X.
I've
Yeah,
never
no.
been that sold on Halo, honestly.
I don't think it's enough.
No, I don't know either.
absolutely no. At least not for me personally.
Right.
I know of
Especially 343's Halo.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I know there's a bunch of people out there that absolutely would, and if they were, but I feel like those people would have already bought the system.
Well, because
In
they know that Halo is
anticipation.
coming.
Yeah,
because
you know you're getting a
Halo's
Halo, yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
You know, they know that. But for someone like for me, I don't really. I haven't played a Halo game since Halo 2.
Okay.
And that was probably the only Halo game that I ever beat. And I was just like,
That's a good place to stop.
Really,
good game.
yeah.
And then just never gave a shit about anything else.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, because Halo 3, that game. Oh,
I had a
boy.
lot of fun with the multiplayer though.
Yeah, it
The
was great.
multiplayer
Yeah,
is
it was
always
great.
good.
With the
Yeah,
Forge and
was
everything.
yeah, that was
so
great.
cool, super
that
cool.
story was trash, and the
Yeah, man.
cliffhanger ending, all that.
Yeah.
Like I wrote a metal song about it. I was so
Oh,
Fuck.
shit.
yeah, I did. Like seriously.
Let's
and
go
so-
over here.
I needed to do something with that energy, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I wrote that Red Wedding song
Yeah,
because
too.
like
Yeah,
Red
dude.
Wedding got me, and I was just like, fuck, I don't know what to
gotta
do.
I gotta
And so
put
I just
these
started writing,
feelings
right?
somewhere.
I know. That's what happened. But I think Halo 2 is a good place to stop. But Halo's it just hasn't been Halo since, right?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who, you know, they played the Master Chief Collection.
You
Sure,
do awesome.
But yeah, right,
Yeah.
which is phenomenal. And a lot of people don't have the same loyalties and memories that we might have. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
because when Halo 1 hit, it was a bombshell, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like, it really did. It
That-
completely
that
changed the landscape.
deservedly
blew
so.
up
Yes.
the LAN party for consoles.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know, that was
absolutely.
the thing that
Right.
started it, pretty much. Because before then, you know, you'd play on one console.
Yeah.
That was the first time
It
you
was
saw
all couch
everybody
co-op.
bring their own
Oh,
Xbox
God,
and
man.
TV.
We'd have,
Yeah.
like,
You're like,
people upstairs and
Yeah.
like 4 separate rooms.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, like on big screen TVs, and I mean, it was a great time. I don't think we'll ever see that again.
No, I don't think so.
But there are a lot of people who, you know, this is going to be their first experience with Halo or, Halo. You know, what it wasn't Reach.
Infinite?
What was the one that came out? Halo Infinite.
Wait,
No, not
that's the
Infinite.
new
the
one?
That, no, the one
Five
that came
Guardians?
out last. Was that Halo 5 Guardians?
That's the last one that came out.
I
Halo
lose
5
track.
Guardians.
I lose track.
And Halo 5 Guardians did not have a great reception.
Right.
Yeah, it just kind of got passed over, you know?
I feel like a lot of people...
And it's not on PC, weird enough.
A lot of people don't have the baggage that we may have when it comes to Halo.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? And so, I mean, it's going to sell very, very well. I just wonder if it's actually a console seller, you know? Especially if you already have a next generation console.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's enough.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Well, and to the whole thing that we keep going back to is just like they're with Game Pass, they are cannibalizing the sales of the system because if you have a PC, which generally everybody does, then you can get Game Pass, and you don't even need.
And they're talking about the xCloud thing, to where if you have fucking Game Pass, your system doesn't even have to be able to run these games.
Right.
Yeah.
You can just play them.
Stream them.
You know. Because with the Game Pass situation, you would be getting the full Halo Infinite single player for free, along with the multiplayer. So you get the full package.
Well, and I think that's a good
know?
marketing tactic to put out the because when's it coming out? It's coming out.
It says
here soon.
November.
Okay.
But I think a bunch of people are skeptical on a November.
Well, if they're going to
release.
have a standalone multiplayer, then they can release that at a separate point.
Yeah.
They can release it now.
Yeah,
Fuck,
and be
man.
like, okay, well, we're going to put
It's
the
free,
story
we're gonna
DLC
keep working
out
on it.
later.
Yeah. Well, because more people care about the multiplayer in Halo
Absolutely.
at this point.
In general,
because, in general, because that seems to be what was it? 2, 3, 4, whatever the studio that's doing them now.
Yeah, 343.
343.
Yeah,
343.
Numbers. Like everybody's been given the campaign shit, but people are still on that multiplayer.
Multiplayer's still fun.
Yeah,
And with the
multiplayer's
Master
still
Chief
fun
Collection,
because
you can do a remix version,
Absolutely.
where it will go from game to game, from match to match, where you're playing a Halo 2 map, you're playing a Halo 4 map.
And you can
you're
even
playing
have the weapons from the different, like you can have Halo 1 pistol, which is like, what? It's a fucking sniper rifle.
Dude.
It's a sniper
Yeah.
rifle, dude. I mean, seriously, you can shoot somebody across the map.
For real.
Headshot.
That shit was great.
That
And it
shit
was
was
so
fun.
shiny on an Xbox. You remember that? It was the shiniest thing I'd ever seen in a game at that point. I actually played Halo first on PC, not on
Really?
Xbox.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Uh-huh. And it ran like shit on my PC. So that was wonderful.
How long after the Xbox release was that?
I don't think it was that long after. I really think it was a fairly close thing, because at that point they weren't all in on the console side of things. They were still doing the back and forth.
Halo was, I mean, that was the tool to sell the Xbox.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
So,
Mm-hmm.
because Halo had a long, but we're not going to get into that. But it had a long developmental path before it became the first-person shooter.
Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
Halo,
Shoot,
you
I
know?
mean, originally, what was it? It was going to be on like Apple.
It was a Mac game.
It was a Mac game,
because originally
and it wasn't even
going to
made.
Yeah,
and it wasn't
Mac
even
games.
going to be first person.
No.
It was going to be a third person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to
Gonna
be
be a
third
third
person.
Third-person game. Yeah.
What's the name of that game series? Marathon. Marathon's
Yep.
their old shit. Yeah. I only played Marathon 2. Yeah, 2. Yeah. Those reminded me of like what am I thinking of? Heretic and like that kind of stuff, like with the graphic style, because it had
like
the
Hexen
and Heretic and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah. Because it had that kind of look to it, the
Yeah.
old school Doom engine kind of look. Good game, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think time will tell, but I really don't think we're getting a November launch for Halo. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think we might get the multiplayer in November. I
feel
don't
like
think
they
we're
have
getting the
to.
single player.
I feel like if they don't release at least a multiplayer this year, then they're in some serious trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because we'll see.
They need exclusives.
We'll see.
They
They
need
really do.
They
Yeah.
really they need exclusives. They need them now.
Even the exclusives they have are already just timed exclusives.
Right,
for the most
absolutely.
part.
Right, and it wouldn't have been so bad had Nintendo not been like, okay, well, we're about to drop a shit ton on y'all at the end of this year.
Oh,
yeah.
And then Sony's like, well, we've been dropping shit all year long, so we're good. Yeah, it's like they
And people
really
keep
need
saying
this.
the PS5 doesn't have any games on it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm like,
This is already better than the PS4 generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually it takes about a good year to 2 years for the games to actually catch
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
when it comes to
absolutely.
the new console cycle.
Man.
And
There was that
so we came
shitty
out
ass
the gate with some
Genji
good shit.
game at the beginning of
Yeah,
PS4. You remember that?
Nightcaster.
Yeah,
well,
what-
that was Xbox.
Man, those were
You know.
man.
But I mean, I guess that kind of segues us to our major point. You know, at one point in time, what's the holy trinity, right? You got to have a platformer, you got to have a fighter, you got to have a sports title, right?
You gotta have a
Right.
sports
That's
title,
what we're doing.
right?
And I guess for PS4, it was NBA 2K. I guess that was because Madden wasn't around yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
so NBA was the only.
NBA 2K.
Yeah, that was the big.
That was
sports game.
I feel like that was pushed a lot harder. I mean, obviously it continued, but I feel like that was like kind of
FIFA.
a Well,
FIFA. Yeah.
That the 2K series was kind of a system seller for the Dreamcast at the time.
The 2K series, rest in peace, man. Like that's one of my biggest. What's the best way to phrase this? One of the biggest black spots in gaming history, in my mind, is the death of Visual Concepts. Right?
Yeah.
That's the developmental team that made the NFL, NHL, NBA 2K series initially, and they made it as a rival to the Madden series, NCAA, et cetera. And they had always done. They were definitely winning. They were dominating. I mean, because
the others
dominating.
were stagnating.
They were
That's the problem.
Exactly, but people still, due to name recognition and due to loyalty,
They got to hear
they were
John
still
Madden.
buying.
Here's a guy.
They're buying that Madden, man. You know,
Yeah,
it's been the same way since the Sega Genesis.
Right.
And so people have been buying it forever. However, if you stack them up right next to one another, Madden was looking real bad. NFL 2K was looking magnificent.
It ran better.
Yep.
It played better. They came up with better.
They had better animations.
they really
did.
did.
Like as far as football, it felt more like football that wasn't like super gimmicky.
Did that get
But
crushed by
then
NFL licensing?
That
Is
got
that what's
crushed
going on?
by EA.
Yeah.
bought
EA
the
bought 'em.
NFL license
Yeah.
exclusively. So all of a sudden, competition goes right.
Yeah.
Now they have a monopoly on the NFL license.
Fuck that, man. That's so.
It's the absolute worst, and it breaks my heart because Madden would be in a better place now.
Yeah.
You know, Madden would be a much better game if we still had NFL 2K for them to
And
compete
some
against.
kind of some kind of competition because
Yeah.
they'd have to innovate otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It couldn't just be like, all right, well, we're just gonna put.
We're
out
just
another
gonna
one.
throw up a $60 roster update. That's
That, yeah, right.
Pretty much
and,
all they
and
do
People
now.
pay for it every year.
Yeah, they do.
FIFA's starting to fall into that same trap, and it really sucks because you know, like there's a lot of growth and development to be found when it comes to sports titles. I truly believe that. However, without competition, sports fans just want to play their sport, right? So they're going to buy the thing. They're going to buy it. You don't have to do shit. They're going to buy it. They're going to bitch about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to play it. They're going to buy it, right?
It's like us
And
as
EA doesn't
fighter
give a fuck.
fans, right?
Right.
We want to
Yeah.
slap buttons. You
Yeah.
give us a new thing to slap buttons, we're going to do it, and then we're going to complain about how this one isn't as good as the last time.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But we're still going to be slapping them buttons.
Still going to slap the buttons.
Still gonna do it. So, I guess we decided to do kind of a round robin.
Yeah,
because we all have, I'm sure, different games that we want to talk about. I think we each decided we were gonna try to think of like three.
3 main ones, and then we'll
then
we'll
just
talk
kinda
about
go
that
off
afterwards because
on-
I'm sure we'll have a lot to say
I'm
about,
sure we'll
about things.
mention way more. This is just
Yeah.
a jumping off point for the conversation. So, is anybody want to go first? Did
Why
we
don't you
draw a
give it a
straw?
start?
Well, you got a list in your
Yeah.
pocket.
I
man.
like making lists.
You got a list in
See?
your pocket?
Yeah,
You're
you
just
got a
happy to
list in
see
his
us.
pocket.
I just love making lists. I wasn't even gonna make a list for this, but then Philip mentioned it's like, yeah, man, maybe we should like do a list. And I was like,
Lists. I love
and I
lists.
actually restrained myself because he was talking about doing like 5 each, and I was just
Yeah.
like, dude, that's gonna be like 15 fucking games.
Uh-huh.
It's like, let's
Yeah. Taper it down to 3.
against my better judgment,
Which is usually the
Against
20-item
my
list.
usual- yeah, 20.
Okay, so that means we should be discussing 9 games.
Yeah.
My guess is that this will stop at about 17 games.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We're gonna see where this actually ends. Somebody keep count.
So, and mine's kind of a cheat because it's basically 2. But Mutant League football.
I knew it. That's
Mutant
my
League
boy.
football
That's my
and
boy.
Mutant League hockey.
I didn't know there was a hockey.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there was.
gosh!
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loved
Good shit.
those games. Probably the game that I played the most on the Genesis, when it on the Genesis when it was out, other than Sonic 2.
Right.
You know, I probably played Sonic 2 more, but every single time I was able to actually get on the console.
Like Bones Jackson.
Bones Jackson.
Bones Jackson.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and that's the thing. It's just like the kind of sports games I gravitate to tend to be
Fun.
fun, but not really based.
Turns out I like fun
based
games.
based on the sport, but with some kind of gimmick.
Right.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I prefer gimmicky sports games too.
I don't
yeah.
really like just the straightforward sports games. There are some great ones. Tecmo Super Bowl was rad. I like that.
Yeah, 10-yard fight. I played so much.
Tecmo is still still arcadey.
Yeah.
When it comes to
the Fight Night games on Xbox way back in the day, those were
Rip
real fun.
That series, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Rip. I mean, that would be perfect right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I just like the fact that if I tackle a dude, I can rip his head off and slam it into the ground.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's
like
cathartic.
You should do.
Yeah,
that's right.
Wholesome
and
fun.
I always loved the cartoon show that they had,
Man,
which
see, I
you
didn't
didn't even know about that.
I didn't know there was a cartoon. That's so
dude.
crazy, man.
It's great. I love the intro. There's all these football players.
Yeah.
The earth opens up in the stadium, and this dude's skin melts off. It's it's sick.
Man, it'd be cool if they did
movies.
one of those kind of sports games, but with a modern IP. Like they did Gears of War football or something. like that.
Man.
I would play the shit out of Gears of War
Humans
football.
versus Locusts?
Yeah, exactly.
That would work.
That would work.
Locust has the ball.
that would totally work.
I know, man.
Yeah.
If you just made football with cover.
Well, I mean, it would be really cool if
That's
more.
a bad idea.
That's
It's
a
bad
terrible
idea.
idea.
It'd be cool if more developers would do little weird shit like that, like
Lighten
Tekken
up
did
and
with
do
Tekken Bowl,
with
right?
Tekken Bowling.
They put
exactly.
Tekken Bowling in there.
Yeah.
And,
What about that MK Karts game? You remember that
right?
one?
Yeah.
That they had?
Yeah.
It was so stupid, and it's that's awesome. Yeah.
But
this guy's
Mutant
my
League.
list.
But Mutant League
He's looking at it.
1993. No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm just kind of looking them up as I go.
I got a list.
Oh, he's got a list.
Yeah.
Actually,
See, I'm
I
not
just
the
looked up
only
the
list
Wikipedias
maker.
for him just so I can have the dates. I just thought
But Mutant League, 1993, made by EA back when they were, a good games company.
Yeah.
Or, at least
When
better
it was
than they
the
were.
three shapes. You
Yeah,
remember?
exactly.
It was just
Right.
like
You had
the
little
pyramid
yellow
and the
clip
sphere.
on the side
and
of the big ass car.
Oh yeah, the yellow
Yeah.
clip. I remember that.
Yeah.
Was that an
Lakers-
EA exclusive thing?
That was Lakers versus Celtics. And,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all those.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. It's a fun. You play football and hockey with lizard men and skeletons and ogres. Yeah, lizard men and skeletons and ogres, and you can rip people's heads off.
Wasn't there a new Mutant League?
Yeah, it's like mutant football league.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
essentially the same thing.
Have
I
you
think
played
that
it?
was. I have not played it, but I think it
Because
was
it looks
like.
exactly like Mutant League football. So
Yeah,
one
yeah,
would
it's
imagine
pretty
that
good.
it might be good.
I'm sure it would be okay. I think that's on Xbox, or
thought it
Xbox
was on,
360.
PS4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
moderately recent. Anyway, moving on. Whatever.
But yeah. That's all I had to say. Mutant League football and Mutant League hockey. Great retro games. If you can find an emulator or if you can find the actual cartridges, pick them up. They're fun.
Yeah, I don't know where you'd be able to buy those nowadays. That's a funny one.
They'd
Yeah,
probably
they're
be
probably
pretty fucking rare.
not anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Sega
Maybe-
has some kind of
maybe-
store we could play their old games on.
Maybe Gambit games.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Go over to Gamer Geeks.
Go over to
Warrior
Gamer Geeks.
and,
Maybe
get
there's
you
Mutant League.
Mutant League football.
Maybe
That's
we
right.
don't know.
And if there isn't, you should buy some of his other stuff.
That's right. Do that.
So you mind if I go next?
Yeah. You guys do it.
So I got a double too. It's just because these games are so similar.
Yeah.
Super Spike V-Ball,
Yes.
right? This is a Technosoft game, so it's the same people that did River City Ransom and,
Yeah, dude.
and all that
boy.
stuff. I played the shit out of Championship V-Ball.
Yeah,
Super
dude.
Spike V-Ball, sorry. Wow, it has a different name up here at the top. That's weird.
There's so many
Yeah,
names.
exactly.
Why do they do
because
that, man?
based on the
Every
regions that they
region
came
is a
out.
different name.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music's banging. It has basically like a charge up mechanic where you can jump and hold your charge for a certain amount of time and make sure you get
Oh
the
yeah,
right
and
thing.
you can slam on it to
Uh-huh.
make your strike a lot harder.
You
So
can
Those
knock the
animations
person
are
out
so
with them.
charming. Yeah,
Dude,
right.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
it was so good.
You had different teams that had different stats basically,
Mhm.
and I loved the shit out of that game. I played it way too much. And then later, I found out about Super Dodgeball.
Oh, dude,
Right.
Super Dodgeball is
Whoa.
awesome.
Which
Very,
I
very good.
didn't know the Super Dodgeball was an NES game.
Yeah,
I played the
Yes.
arcade version, and then I played the Neo Geo version a bunch.
you can
and the Neo
actually-
Geo version is
the
Woo.
Neo Geo version looks
Yeah,
amazing.
you can't really compare.
Yeah,
this.
you can't really compare that.
No, it is the best version.
The
And
NES
that's-
version is
hands down.
still good. It's just the graphics aren't.
Well, no, they look like River City.
Yeah,
they
it
look
looks
like
yeah,
the NES
absolutely.
version and the original arcade version look exactly like River City Ransom with those tall heads with them long ass eyes. You know,
Yep.
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
little squatty people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, slapping you with chains.
Some of my favorite
Yeah.
chibi look that I've
Yeah,
ever
dude.
seen. You know,
It's interesting to think about, like with Super Spike V-Ball, Super Dodgeball. After River City Girls, man, like
oh yeah.
they could revitalize those.
Please.
Well, they have a
really
whole
could.
series of like mini games.
Yeah, right. Like, those
absolutely.
are all directly beat 'em up. They're beat 'em up related,
Right?
Yeah.
You know, but
But they need to make a series of sports games and do it in that kind of
Absolutely.
thing. You know?
Sell.
That
Because
would be
because
awesome.
I almost
Yeah.
talked about Windjammers.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
that's the jam.
But
Yeah.
but Windjammers is so close
and
to these
thank you
other
for fucking
two.
up one of the ones on my list. So I mean, that's cool.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
great. It's great.
I
It's
just
great. Go ahead.
It's
Just
so close to
right
these.
out of my head.
It's
just
so
take it.
close to these
Right,
games.
it is.
That's all
it
I'm
truly
saying.
is.
Yeah.
It truly is. And mechanically, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to that.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Well, hey,
Go
why
ahead,
don't you talk
continue.
about Windjammers?
No,
It's
I
on
got
you.
something else in mind. No, it's on you.
Oh,
Windjammers is yours. I got
you
something else.
shuffled, huh? You
I got
shuffled.
something else. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll move on
He
to
had
the
some
next thing.
backups.
Yeah, I'll keep rolling.
Yeah, I don't know if you can play Super Spike V-Ball on much else other than having the cart or emulation at this point. But
I don't think
Super Dodgeball is on.
It's on the
Nintendo
Nintendo Online.
Online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not specifically the eShop. It might be. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. But if you have their online subscription and you have the NES app, essentially the NES Classic app, then you get Super Dodgeball, the NES version, obviously.
But any of these Technos games,
They're great.
They're great. They have great
fun.
music. They have great character animation.
Incredibly
they have a
addictive.
bunch of charm.
Addictive mechanics, dude.
Yeah, all of them. They have that arcade shtick.
You can slam a
that you-
dodgeball right into somebody's face.
Seriously, man. Yeah. And I mean, especially as Super Dodgeball went on, you got special moves and you got like all this crazy shit. The main dude, the main Yakuza looking dude, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
The guy with the white coat, dude. He'll set his whole body on fire and just fucking roll on you. And just roll across the
I
screen.
wonder if we would have
like,
had Windjammers if it wasn't for Super Spike V-Ball.
yeah, I don't think so. You know?
Yeah, because mechanically they are very, very
Yeah.
similar.
And Super Spike V-Ball came out in '88,
Yeah.
guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Game.
Like, it's almost as old as I am. Man. Yeah. So, Trey.
So, okay, so as far as sports games, like here's my issue with sports games in general. I think we're at this weird point where everyone is focusing too much on realism.
Yeah.
And we're
Agreed.
starting to
Like, as
forget
far
about
as, like-
fun factor.
Yeah.
As far as aesthetics, right? Because what you
Yeah.
want to do is you want
You
to
want to see
create
the sweat,
the-
man. You
yeah.
gotta fucking see the.
Yeah.
They
Oh
did a
my
whole
God, and
demo
they-
about that new basketball shit.
Bro,
Dude, the sweat looks
and
amazing.
The sweat looks amazing, but,
makes-
but them
but
boys is too sweaty. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are juicy on the court.
Do they,
You know, it's
do they
crazy.
get like sweat marks on their shirts and
Yeah,
shit
they get
too?
pits. Well, they don't really wear pits.
Good
You know?
point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. See,
yeah.
that's how little
Jerseys always
I
work.
pay attention to sports. Yeah.
Sports, who care, who knows? So no, the game that I was thinking about, man. You know, because football, basketball, soccer,
Mm-hmm.
whatever is huge. I like to fish. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
I like a good fishing game.
Good fishing
You
game.
know, and
Cool.
so you have what Sega bass fishing, like that is.
Time bonus.
Right, absolutely. You know,
exactly.
taking fishing and making it like arcade and like
That's
Yeah.
the first time I
Yeah,
saw a
that was
fishing
awesome.
controller.
right, and
Yeah.
it works so well.
And it works so well.
And it works so well.
I mean,
Even
What
for
was
the
that? That was
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
That was,
Yeah,
well,
Dreamcast
it was arcade and then Dreamcast
And
as well.
Dreamcast.
Exactly.
Because
right.
I remember seeing that in the arcades all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
Uh-huh.
just like,
That one in
Is that
Daytona.
fishing
And it's big
Dude.
Daytona.
Yeah.
Dude, look,
Yeah,
man,
dude.
fishing is dope as fuck. However, I've been playing a little game called Catch and Release on PSVR. Do you know anything about it?
I don't know anything about that.
It's like,
We're
okay,
gonna have to put
so,
you on a boat, Scott.
absolutely.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah,
I'm
you
on a
better
boat,
never
motherfucker,
forget.
Don't you
That's
never
right.
forget. No, it's like whereas Sega Bass Fishing is at high intensity. There's a timer going, catch as many fish as possible, big
Yeah,
fish, blah blah
yeah.
blah. This is actually, I think, when you look at the advertisement sting for it, it's just you on the lake.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Oh,
it.
nice.
It's just right. You're on your boat. You're in the middle of this giant lake. You got your fishing rod. You can actually dock it to your boat itself if you want to.
cool.
Like get your put the bait on there, cast it out, dock it to the boat.
Dock it in.
And so once you get a tug, then that's all well, good and great.
Yeah,
you got a cooler over here.
I'm about to say, you got a
cooler.
Like
it's got some beers in there. You can pop some beers.
Don't you have like a sandwich
too? You got a radio. You got a sandwich.
Oh, do you have to do that thing where you have to put the controller up to your face?
Put it up to your face. You can drink it. I'll sit there with a real beer and just chill. You got
hell yeah.
Yeah, you got a radio that'll like throw some jams on. Or
that's
I like
actually getting a beer and then drinking it with the beer.
Bro, I do this shit.
You go all the way in it.
You actually have to like row your boat, you know?
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and open up a thing of minnows so it smells like fishing in my room too.
There we go. I'll sometimes like row into like a cave or whatever, you know, and then the atmosphere is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Day-night cycle too.
Absolutely right. And actually, you can use Spotify, right? So
I
use Spotify and have music playing through, like music that I want to hear.
Yeah.
While I'm just sitting there chilling.
Yeah,
on
but
the
those
boat.
jams aren't bad though.
You know, no, they're really good.
Yeah,
they're really good. But for a game like that, where it is easy to lose hours. Because you're just chilling. You're relaxing,
just
man.
the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you take the headset off. You're like, how long have I been here?
Right, exactly. It's just like, oh my god, my place was robbed. Everything but the PSVR.
I just imagine them like taking your shit and looking at it and being like, man, this fishing game looks fucking fun. We're gonna have to steal that shit next.
And so it is. It's a really cool game. Like you actually have a journal that shows you all these different fish.
Yeah.
And there's like legendary fish out there that like bit some dude's like finger off or some shit.
It's a Gyarados.
Yeah, pretty much, right? So like a wedding ring, and you have to have like the right bait in order to catch it, and you have to be in the right places, etc.
You got to do it the right way.
So
some fish get scared if you're too fast. And
so sometimes you got to give them a little slack and then get aggressive on them. You know,
got to lead them a little bit.
Right. Like it's a really incredible game, and it's one of those games that I never hear anybody talk about.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like.
Man,
I
we
know
would talk to each other sitting in them boats.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that was such a great time.
Good time.
We're gonna go sit on the lake, guys. You know, we'll be back.
I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna stream it and we'll just see.
Man,
you know,
I might reinstall it and we'll take a short vacation later.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Absolutely. Like I feel like with all the a lot of games that require a lot of effort and a lot of work. There's a lot of difficulty. Sometimes I just want to chill and have a good time, man.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's why I went ahead and played through Ratchet and Clank. That's why I reinstalled Catch and Release because I'm just like, give me
Tetris, right?
Yes, because
Tetris something just to mellow out on.
Right. Well, Tetris is something else, depending on how you're playing it. Right now, the beta for Tetris Effect Connected went live. Microsoft's exclusivity, they had a 6-month exclusivity to Tetris Effect Connected, which is
so weird.
A pseudo sequel. Well, because we already had Effect, but they needed exclusives, so they just paid for here's the next Tetris Effect.
But everybody in VR was going like
we're
seriously?
the reason why that's so popular. Like we are the reason. But go ahead, do whatever, man.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
We'll wait, And so, but now the exclusivity is over. So there's a beta live right now.
Oh, awesome!
And that'll run through July 5th. And so you can download it right now on your PS4, PS5, play it in VR. There's actually multiplayer Tetris, which is fucking weird. It's PvE Tetris, right? So I mean, there are 3 of you versus AI, and the 3 of you have your own boards. You're playing Tetris, doing your shit, and then at certain points, you use your zone meter, and then all of a sudden it connects all 3, and you get the "we are connected," and then you actually all 3 play on one long board simultaneously, right? Oh, that soundtrack!
So good, man.
So good.
What's that guy's name?
Tetsuya
Mizuguchi. That's it. Mizuguchi. Yeah. Humanity is the next one that's coming out, which looks fucking weird.
Yes, that's one of my most anticipated games. Weird. I guess 2022 now because we haven't seen anything on it.
Well, so real quick, just because of the catch and release.
No, that's a completely different.
Don't play that game.
All of a sudden, nobody's going back to this lake.
Catch and release. So I bought that Final Fantasy
fishing
something of the deep,
right?
From 15?
Creatures of the Deep. Yeah, so it's a Final Fantasy 15 fishing game in VR that came out around maybe a bit before Catch and Release, probably a good bit before.
I think it was like a week or two.
It was a little bit before. Yeah. And I could see them cashing in on the Final Fantasy IP and trying to make
fishing in 15 was kind of fun.
Fishing in 15 was probably one of the best things about fishing.
And in VR, it's trash. Dude, that game is
believe that.
Fucking trash.
Because I
it's
downloaded
expensive
it,
too.
but I couldn't make myself play it.
Dude,
I just couldn't start it. Every time I looked at it, I'm just like, I'm not gonna like this.
No, it's not good.
And I knew it. You know,
It looks really good though. Like
Yeah.
they definitely leverage the engine in VR well, and
Right.
and I mean, awesome on them on that. And you know, they give you a lot of bobbles and crap.
Wait, no,
but
I
other
did
than
play
that,
that
man,
game. That game was trash.
It's
Okay.
trash. It's just
Yeah.
trash. And immediately I was like, fuck that, catch and release.
Right. That was
Yeah.
the problem. Is that I also had catch and release.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, you know what? I don't have to suffer through this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what I'm saying? I'm just gonna chill in the
Catch and release is the
lake
best
and do my
modern
thing.
fishing game, potentially the best fishing game I've ever played.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to play this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is VR reliant.
It is VR, which
It's
means
VR
I'm gonna have to
reliant.
come
That's the
over
only
to one of
thing.
you guys' place and be
Yeah.
like, okay, let's do
No
this
problem,
catch and
man.
release.
Always a welcome.
Yeah.
And so,
All right,
I think you should just get a PlayStation VR so we can all sit on a boat.
maybe.
I mean,
yeah, we'll
that-
see.
that by
shit's
itself-
expensive.
It's
Maybe Santa will buy you one for Christmas. Huh? Maybe
if you're good and you clean your room and do your
just
chores.
maybe. So what you got, Scott?
Well, my next one. So obviously, one of the Mario sports games was going to be on this list.
Of course.
One of us has had to.
And
had
I do,
to, right?
I do like a good Mario sports game, but honestly, the best one that I've ever played was Super Mario Strikers.
Yes.
For the GameCube.
Yes.
And only the GameCube. What the fuck, Nintendo?
Yeah, really,
You didn't like
man.
the last Strikers that came out?
When did it come
That
out?
was on the Wii U.
That's the problem.
I
That's
don't-
exactly
yeah.
the issue. Is that all
Right.
these games came out on Wii U and nobody bought them because barely anybody had
I
a
didn't
Wii
even
U
know they had a
at the
second
time.
one. I thought the one Strikers on the GameCube was the only one that they had.
No.
See,
they
I
put
hadn't
out
even
another
heard
Strikers.
about like a Strikers 2 or
Yeah.
anything like that.
That's
Okay.
that's why I was gonna look through my Switch library and see, or my Wii U library and see, because I
See.
thought that I had another Strikers and I wasn't sure whether it was the one for the Wii U or not.
Yeah,
but I
but-
think
Yeah.
I might have that.
But either way, the one for the GameCube was
oh, it's so good.
absolutely amazing, super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, I love all the little special moves, all the different like ways that
No,
you
it's
can
on the
make them
Switch,
do a
bro.
flip. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Mario Strikers on the Switch.
Oh well.
Never
there you go.
mind. I take it back,
There you go.
Nintendo.
Wait,
You're still
maybe-
fucking up
hold
a
on.
Chrono
Whoa,
Trigger.
Whoa. Super Mario Strikers Charged.
Wait.
Oh, charged.
Wait.
I do remember
this is,
Charged.
No, this was on the Wii. Okay.
I was about to
so, yeah,
say,
this,
I
this
do
is just a
remember
search engine
Charged.
lying to everyone. But
Yeah.
Liar ass Google.
yeah, but that's on
Google's a
that
liar.
was Charged.
But no, man, that was a fun game.
Great.
I
game.
love the fact that you one of your if you're what is it, the Koopa team, then one of your goalies are alligators.
Oh.
Like that's just fun. Like
Well, I mean,
That's
but
awesome.
Mario sports games are something else because Mario Golf.
Mhm.
yeah,
I
Mario
mean,
Golf's
it's
great.
just great, right?
it's just fun, and
just-
it's just golf.
But I think
just-
that's
yeah.
the whole. That's it, right? Because Nintendo focuses on that balance between the sport and having fun playing the sport.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? You know, I feel like there are a lot of when you get too heavily into that sim side, man. I
It
think
kinda-
that you lose
Why not?
fun.
Well,
factor.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, you
at that-
can potentially.
You
lose it.
can, and honestly, at that point, other than like not having the physical or financial ability to play these games, why not just go play those games?
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like at that
It's kind of like
point.
racing games, right? It's like, why don't you just get in the car and you
What's the-
Exactly.
what's the
And
Mario-
drive.
You know,
Just
it's
go
like,
drive. Go really, really fast.
Right.
Take corners. Yeah, take corners real quick.
Yeah.
What's
Don't
the,
do that.
What's the Mario baseball game?
Is it Super Mario not All Stars? No, that was a collection. What was Mario Baseball? Was it just called Mario Baseball?
It might just be Mario Baseball.
I don't know. I really don't know. I played it and I have no idea what that
y'all
was
remember
called.
a little game called Outlaw Golf?
No.
Y'all remember that? It was
Outlaw
on
Golf?
Yeah.
Oh, they
It's
got
like-
a
like
Super
prisoners
Mario
playing golf?
basketball game for the DS.
Is that
What?
necessary?
I
I don't even see
mean,
how that could be good.
I don't know, man.
I
It's
mean,
Mario
look,
hoops.
I feel like
3-on-3.
Look,
dog.
I feel like you
Donkey
choose
Kong's gonna
DK
roll on
and
you,
then
dude.
you roll.
How'd
That's
you
it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, dude. DK dominates.
He's got long arms, you know, he's
dominates.
slamming
Like,
on
what-
you, man.
Yeah,
Come
dude, what are
on.
you gonna do against
You go-
DK? King DDD can't keep up with that shit. Like what?
Nah.
What are you gonna do?
Nah. Either
You know,
that
Kirby.
Kirby. I was
Kirby.
just man.
Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're in my brain.
You're-
I'm telling
every
you.
fucking time, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
so
Kirby
it's
just
really
pick up
just
the
a
ball.
1v1.
What?
Right.
Deposit. We're done. He just
Nice.
would go through the hoop himself. Does it
Yeah,
count if
he
the
just-
basketball's in him?
Yeah,
how does this work?
He just
And then
eats
he
the
just-
hoop. Yeah.
Let's ask actual sports fans. If you eat a basketball and then go through the hoop, does it still count as a point? If someone
Maybe.
throws you into the hoop, does it then count as a point?
I think that's what would happen. DK
Yeah.
would just grab Kirby. If he
Boom,
catches him,
and
just
spike
like,
his
bam!
ass through the...
Yeah, do like a monster jam on
Yeah,
him, you know
dude.
what I'm saying? Hang from the rim.
Break
Yeah,
that
man.
fucking
Yeah,
glass.
right.
And then bananas come out everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Bananas everywhere. That would be fun.
I'm
as
going to be
fuck.
so disappointed
I'm
if the
digging
game
this.
isn't anything like this.
No,
Yeah,
no, but
absolutely.
we've made our own game. That sounds great, dude. So,
But
the
no,
Princess
Super
Peach
Mario
flight.
Strikers, good
Yeah, man.
game, and I know you can find it at places.
Yeah.
You might have to go to a friendly local game store
at places near you.
at places near you.
So it's funny that you have a soccer game as your second one, because I also have a soccer game, a mascot soccer game as
Yep.
my second one, and that's Mega Man Soccer.
That
Oh, good shit.
that's
Fucking
real good.
love me
Real
some Mega
good.
Man Soccer,
Yeah.
dude. Sometimes the controls are a little, like I will agree it's not exactly the smoothest experience, but it's still an extremely fun game, and it's almost the same as like what you're talking about. It's all these mascots, they have really specific abilities, and they all do something cool. You
There's
know?
so many men.
Yeah, so many men. I will read off all the men that you can play as. You can be Mega Man, Roll, Dr. Wily, Proto Man, Cut Man, Ice Man, Bomb Man, Fireman, Elect Man, Airman, Flash Man, Wood Man, Bubble Man, Needle Man, Snake Man, Gemini Man, Top Man, Skull Man, Toad Man, Pharaoh Man, Dust Man. And Guts Man isn't actually used in the game.
See,
Aw,
that would have
boo.
been a banging song, except
I was about
for
to
the
say, you
Proto
can
Men
put-
have already done it,
Oh, really?
and it slaps.
I don't know that one.
Have you never listened to the Proto Men?
I know the Proto Man. I don't know that
You don't
song,
know that
though.
Guts Man, Guts Man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bomb Man. Yeah, it's like Wily.
I'm a Mega Man.
Dude, oh my god, so good.
It'd be funny if they had other ones like, regular man and he's just a guy, or like male man and he just is a
Triangle
They might be.
Man. Triangle
Now,
Man.
Triangle Man,
Triangle
absolutely,
Man.
because
Particle
Triangle
Man.
Man dominates
Particle
all.
That's right.
Like nobody
Day of the fight,
wins
Triangle wins.
every time. Triangle wins. Nobody knows. All right.
Yeah.
Person Man, we got a problem. But
Yeah, Person Man.
but Triangle.
Well, he was hit on the head with a frying pan.
Seriously, if they, we all know that. Live life in the garbage can.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But I would love to see Triangle Man make it as a guest character somewhere.
Somewhere.
You know,
Yeah.
someone should really do a.
Put him in Punch Out.
All right, my next game while we're just freestyling.
It's on you, man.
Was gonna be. This should count. This should count. Saturday Night Slam Masters.
Dude, Saturday Night
Oh,
Slam
yeah,
Masters.
dude.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Right.
Hey, that's
Like,
why
if there was
that's why the song's Jam Masters, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
I just making sure you know.
How did I not know that?
How would you not know that?
What do you-
How would you not
You
know
hear what
that?
I just said?
Yeah, that's
but-
right.
Anyway,
It's
so if
slams.
they were to make a new like Slam Masters, why not put Triangle Man in there?
Oh, absolutely.
I
Why
think-
not put
Yeah.
the whole,
Or-
what is it? The whole, they might be giants.
You want Universe Man?
Heck yeah, I
So
want
the entire
universe.
universe. You're gonna crash the game.
Universe,
Right.
man.
It loads up Elite Dangerous on you.
Particle
That's-
Man, man.
But
Come
I
on.
think about like those over the top. Everybody's doing that. WWE's back. Making their wrestling games. UFC's making their.
I prefer a Fire Pro personally. but-
I'm with it. I'm with it. But I like those like mega over the top sports
Totally.
games. Your
Oh,
NFL
absolutely,
hits,
yeah.
What was that Super Nintendo WWF game that was like, it's a debacle, and you could play as Doink the Clown and you could be fucking
God.
Undertaker and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
God. I
That
remember
and that
that.
shit had weird ass super moves
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
wacky as shit. That's
That's
man.
the fun shit, man. That's
why
the
don't
fun
they do
shit.
that,
Like,
you know?
Yeah, it's like it seems like the last time anybody tried to make a game like that, it was like an NBA Jam revival.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
well,
like
that was
NBA
okay.
Street or whatever.
NBA, yeah,
or
right.
something?
Yeah,
It was like
no,
like a
NBA
new
Street
version
was
of
different.
Street,
Yeah,
right?
that's
But it's like it's something similar to that. The name
Yeah.
is very similar. But the
Kind of
game
a
was
3-on-3 thing, yeah.
it was okay. It was fun for a little while, but I feel like there's a hole in the market
Yeah.
for just like over the top sports games. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because sports fans are still here now. As time is progressing, video games are becoming sports. Like
Right,
esports being what it
absolutely.
is.
Yeah.
A lot of current gen players may not ever watch a football game ever.
Right.
Who's your football team? It's like, well, I don't know what the fuck, dude. I don't have. Like I really like Lord Knight. LK rock shit, but I don't know.
Zidane's my boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way a lot of people think about it in a modern sense. But there's still people who love football, just love basketball.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
why not use the power of video gaming and crank it up to 11 one good time? Like give me an explosive basketball.
But is it the
You can only
same
bounce it
reason?
7 times
Is it
before
the same reason
lose a
that
player
cars didn't
permanently.
used to have damage in racers, though? Is it that same reason? We don't want you to
that's different.
tarnish the image of our intellectual
I don't
property,
think they
which
care
is these
about
people.
that. I don't think they care about that. That's
I'm just saying,
Basket-
LeBron ain't gonna be throwing fireballs.
Basketball,
in
the
that.
concept
LeBron would love
of
He would probably be like, "Dude, please let me throw some fireballs."
the
You know what I'm saying?
concept of basketball isn't necessarily owned by the well, I guess it probably is by the NBA.
Right.
But
Yeah, I see
like
what you're saying.
basketball is just a thing. You don't need the NBA license or the NFL license
To
or the
make
FIFA
basketball.
license
Right,
to make
exactly. It'd be more like we don't want to see our
basketball.
basketballs and our rims destroyed, et cetera, et cetera. When you're talking about somebody like Ferrari, you're talking about somebody like Jaguar, like it makes sense that for them, these are sculptures, right? These are works of art that their team of engineers have worked very hard on. So the last thing we want is to
Put them in burnout.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because Trey's going to blow that motherfucker
Yeah,
up.
and all the
cores in
Oh,
the
yeah, dude. It's like, I want
I
to
ain't
see how
even
many.
gonna race to do it. I'm just
Right,
immediately
exactly.
when I boot that shit
I'm
up.
gonna get him to
I don't
speed and
blow
cut
this
the wheel.
wheel.
Like, that's
I'm trying to die over here. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Because that's what video games allow us to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly risky shit.
Do the shit that we can't actually do.
Exactly,
in real life.
right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of sports devs kind of forget about that part. It's like we want to do larger than life things.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Like it's cool. Like have the Sims, have them there for people who love the Sims. But for some of us, it's just like it's like you think about something like SimCity, right? Okay, this is a tangent. But you think about SimCity and you think about all the systems that go into SimCity itself, and then you build a city and you've got your power and you've got your commerce and reasons to bring people in from out of towns, and you have a little park area with a nice little lake out there the families go and chill at, and blah blah blah. You end up getting a population like 10, 20,000, and it's great, and you see your city and it's thriving,
And then you
and
buy
it's
your
gorgeous.
swimming pool and you've won the game.
You summon in Bowser.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
that's what you do. Like
That's
once
right.
you have your city and it's built and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, now it's time to destroy that mother.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
You
right.
summon
You know what I'm saying?
Godzilla, man.
That's
Yeah.
the end game. The real
Yeah.
end game is this whole beautiful thing that I've created. Now it's all gonna burn.
That's right.
You
And
know, and
watching
so-
it burn.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think that it's smart to forget that a lot of the draw of gaming is the ability to do things that are larger than life.
Right,
That
absolutely.
we just can't do, that are heavily frowned upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Let's put
okay.
it that way.
Yeah, like, that's why I was bringing up Outlaw Golf. Outlaw Golf was a golf
Outlaw
game
Golf is
on the
fun
Xbox,
as fuck.
right? Where you could beat the shit out of your caddy.
Yep.
Like that was the whole thing. Like, you could
what?
cheat. Yeah.
What? Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
yeah. You're just like everyone.
Go
the
Happy
characters-
Gilmore on everybody.
Absolutely,
You just-
absolutely, dude. It's like
That's probably where that came from, honestly. Somebody watched Happy
I
Gilmore.
love that
and was like,
part
"Oh, we can
when he
make
fucking
games."
throws it and the
Yeah.
caddy just straight catches them. He was ready. He was,
The price is wrong.
mother.
bitch.
Dude.
But I would love to see like a resurgence of the like NFL Blitz. Just
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
Blitz was
just
fun,
something-
man.
Blitz was a
Yeah.
good
Blitz was
time.
fun in the arcade.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was crazy,
Right.
you know?
And I guess maybe that's what's lacking, because they tried to go back to Blitz. It didn't really work out very well, but
Yeah.
maybe it's because you don't have that shoulder to shoulder, scenario where we're all just right here laughing hysterically at the wacky shit that's happening.
Right.
When you're at your house looking at something like that, you view it through a different lens, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
it can
why
be,
did I, why
yeah.
did I spend $20 on this?
Absolutely.
To
Yeah.
play and laugh by myself.
Yeah.
It's different when you have your cousins over and you're all like, just body slamming each other up and down the field.
Well, and that's the
It's a
thing
good
too,
time.
is I think even with this, with the sim games, I and this is just me personally, I don't really see them being fun, because I have played a few of them and had a good time, but only really in like couch co-op.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With like say the Mario sports games or Mega Man Soccer or Mutant League or something like that. There are elements to those games outside of the sport that they're trying to represent that make it fun just as a solo
because
experience.
fun is the focus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean that's where
and I think that's really the key with these specific type games and why they appeal to so much more than just people who already like the sport.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we just need some new blood as far as competition for EA.
Yeah.
Just
we
in
let
general.
them go too far. Seriously, like
Just in general.
if it wasn't for like the NBA, they didn't sell exclusivity license, and so that's why NBA 2K is better than any live. That's why you don't really see NBA Live because NBA 2K is just doing it and doing it right.
Dominated it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I just wish that they were like NHL. NHL games are actually very fun in a lot of cases.
I played
you just don't
that on
see
the
a lot
Genesis. I didn't
of
know.
them. Oh yeah, dude. And then NHL had NHL Hits as well,
Right.
Hits.
which was
Wow, I
that
forgot
was
about that.
amazing.
Yeah.
It
Man.
was so incredibly
Absolutely.
good. Sorry, I keep kicking the cord.
All good.
But yeah, and so I would just like to see some more body slamming going on in sports.
Right.
That's right.
That's
right.
Let's mix it up.
Bring the violence back to sports.
Yes.
Well, I guess yes, absolutely. So I guess we each have one more.
Uno mas.
Whose turn?
That's you.
Oh, it's me. So this one may be a little bit of a reach and a little bit of a cop out, and if not, I have another one that I can just slot in there.
I love it.
But Golf Story.
Golf Story.
I don't
Can that
know.
count as a? I mean,
I don't know Golf Story, Scott.
You don't know Golf Story?
No.
I actually
Okay,
don't
it's
think
this-
either of us know Golf Story.
Okay,
so tell
it's
us a
this
golf
little,
story.
A little indie game from several years back, but it's a golf RPG.
Okay. First. What
Sprite
platform
based.
are we on PC?
Yes, you can get it on PC. I think it. I don't remember what it originally came out on. It might have been when Xbox was doing like Summer Live Arcade or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of from that like era of indie games, super pixel art. So pixel art, sprites, text based. And it's an old school top down RPG. But all of the battles are just video game golf.
Right.
And you go like you're basically this guy whose like father I guess was this great golfer, and he never wanted any part of that life, but his old father's like old coach like comes to him and like please come help me win this tournament, and then you just go through a story.
And this is Japanese, right?
No,
What?
I don't think this is Japanese.
No, if
I
it was
don't think
Japanese,
this
he'd
is
be
a
called like
Japanese-
Panther Woods or something.
Yeah. No. I do think it is an American developer. It's very
Really?
it's very reminiscent of those old I'd go back to even like NES RPGs with a little bit better pixel graphic.
So when it's
wow.
time for a battle, do we get like the Final Fantasy like and then the camera spins?
It's weird because it's not
Right behind him.
random.
right. Really?
It's exactly. It's not really random.
Don't get
It's not really random encounters. Like going into it, you have a period of time which is your training period, and then you have specific like side quests and stuff. Like you can go do a fetch quest or like buy different.
I kind of love it.
Yeah. And then, but the training period, obviously there are steps that you have to take to get to a point to progress through the game. But the main thrust of the battles are
this shit
these.
looks like Zelda.
Yeah, these one-on-one golf matches with the people you're trying to beat throughout.
Are you trying to hit him with a golf ball?
I don't know if you can. I think.
I never hit a hole in one, but I did hit a guy.
So does that count as? Yeah,
You're
exactly.
supposed to say 4, but I was way too busy going, there's no way that's going to hit him. Wow, this does look awesome.
It looks pretty cool.
It's
man.
pretty fun, man. I had a great time playing it, and it's funny
thanks for
as
telling
fuck.
us about
And
this.
it's
Wow.
super funny. Yeah, it's available on Switch. I'm pretty sure it's available across platform.
Wow.
At the
Yeah.
very least, it's on Switch
Golf
and
Yeah,
PC.
Story,
it's on the-
guys.
It's on the
Story,
eShop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, check that out. Super fun
that?
little retro, or I guess retro for nowadays.
$7
Indie
on
title.
Metacritic. Let's go.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna talk
Does that
about...
count? Does that count?
That counts,
Can
dude.
that count?
We're
as
both on that
sports?
counts.
Yeah,
it has
okay.
golf in the
It's
title.
got
We're
golf
done.
in the title.
We're done right
You
there.
actually play golf.
Speaking of which, I'm also talking about a golf game. Now, who played golf on the NES? Just golf. Just
Yeah.
golf. It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
fucking great.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Neo Turf Masters?
Yeah.
Neo Turf
Absolutely.
Masters is
SNK.
like the ultimatum of golf.
Right.
Pretty
It's
much.
like the best version of NES golf.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's also way more on the sim side.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Golden
a lot of
Tee
these
before
games.
Golden Tee.
It's
Pretty
like, it was
much.
like Golden Tee, but it also had the older mechanics.
Yeah.
And it also felt really good and has amazing music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Holy
and,
shit.
well, and two, you were showing me a video of that because I don't think I've ever played it.
Yeah.
I definitely
Mhm.
hadn't played it.
Yeah.
but it looks amazing.
Dude, it looks
but
so
I
good.
think, I think they had it at Aladdin's Castle for a while, man. They had it
Man.
on the big cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they
And,
totally did.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did. Mhm.
Man, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was
Yeah, because
sick.
that's where I played it in the arcade. That's exactly it.
Mhm.
Man,
Good stuff.
nice. Yeah. I mean, seriously, this is a Nazca developed game, so that's the same people that did like Metal Slug,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so it's that quality of music. It's that. Just go look up the Germany theme from Neo Turf Masters and tell me it immediately doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
Like
It's funny. I feel like all of the games that you suggested have been because of the music.
I'm
mostly.
sorry.
Right?
Sorry.
Right? Not saying that's a bad
The
thing.
sports
I mean,
game's
those-
fun, but this music.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, when
That
it comes
shit
to a golf
slaps.
game, you need something to carry you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And,
exactly.
and that's the way to go.
No, I understand.
Yeah, but the end animations and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah,
like,
dude.
like
Dude,
the
there
way
was
all the
one-
pixel art looks,
there was
it's so
one
good.
where the dude was just
Yeah, when
bending
you-
his fucking.
No, because he lost and he's just. Yep, talk about Happy
like-
Gilmore right there.
Like, that
right.
would be very difficult to do.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
for
with the-
real.
You
I
gotta be
bent my
mad, son.
titanium club
Yeah,
over here.
dude,
Yeah,
for
I
real.
actually just dented my leg. That's all I've done. Now I have to go to the hospital.
Yeah. You have
Ask
fucked
Joel
up.
about that. Ask Joel
Yeah.
how he feels about golf clubs.
Look how they did my boy.
Yeah.
Look what
My
they did to
bad.
my
They
boy.
tried
so
to break
beautiful.
it. He tried to break that thing.
Oh.
Wouldn't bend.
No, it
Wouldn't
wouldn't.
bend. Wouldn't break.
He should have picked it up and been like, huh. Man, you ever seen those golf clubs, those cheater golf clubs that like have a 22 round in them?
I have.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
put a fucking bullet in them, and then you hit it, and there's basically.
What?
So imagine the slide for a deadbolt.
Yeah.
Right, and it has a bullet behind it, and when you hit the front of it, it makes the hammer on the back hit. So then it
Really?
explodes this little piston out that hits your golf ball, and that shit goes pew right through a person's chest.
And that
Shit,
person
put
was
that in
sitting
one of these
their
golf
chair
games.
in their home.
Yeah, you're home. Yeah.
Just tears like right through the wall and boom.
People who have who live in glass houses shouldn't live near golf courses. That's yeah, the Neo Turf Masters is great. I'm a big fan of just Neo Geo games in general. I think that whole era, man, they knew how to do it, man.
Yeah.
Like SNK in general knows how to play the line of like here's all of the elements. Here's your good music. Here's your interesting art. Here's your good gameplay. Here's an interface that you can understand. Simple controls, hard to master games.
Right. Yeah.
Those are the kind of things that I think sports games require, and that's part of the reason I think
absolutely.
Neo Turf Masters wins so much. It's not an easy game, but it's a simple game.
Right.
What would have happened if the Neo Geo wasn't so expensive?
Dude, it would have murdered. Are you
mean,
kidding?
Yeah,
even,
especially
like-
at that time.
Dude, they made games
Seriously.
all the way up to 04 on that
Seriously.
fucking
like,
thing.
I feel like the gaming landscape right now would be dramatically different.
Oh, easily.
If
Easily.
Neo Geos were in more homes like when we were
man.
kids, like now, oh my god! Because if they had a console now, like that's kind of I guess that's kind of dangerous.
I think
Yeah.
SNK's actually talked about
They
that.
have,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have, but I just don't know if they could.
And they
actually-
they did a re-release of the Neo Geo. It was like the
yeah.
Neo Geo X Gold or something
Right.
like
I
that.
don't know if they could afford a new console.
No. Did you guys see that wooden Neo Geo?
No.
There was this like limited edition. It wasn't from SNK. It was from like some the people that make the Retro Station and like that. It's like one of those companies,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But they made
So it's
this
just the
like,
case. The case is wood grain.
Yeah, and they took the old shit out of an old MVS and put it in there, and it's, dude, it's just.
I'm sure it's
I
clean.
bet
It's-
that. About to say. I bet that's slick.
but it costs what the
With like
Neo
a
Geo
Cadillac
cost
logo on
when
it.
it came out,
Oh,
which is
boo.
$800 in
Exactly.
'88.
Yeah.
By the
Like,
way.
we're looking at $100 to $200 per cartridge, and the cartridge is like huge.
Yo, yeah,
Dude,
they
those
were
were
huge,
yeah.
dude.
I'm
Yeah,
not
no.
certain on this, but I'm pretty sure those MVS carts are exactly the boards from the arcade,
Yeah.
so that's why they're so big.
Yeah.
And I'm almost sure that there's a way to use that on, like you can consoleize the arcade version and still use those carts.
I can see it.
There's like a
That would
thing.
make sense.
Yeah, and
Cool.
sometimes the console version of a game is way more. Sometimes the arcade version's way more. So there's
Right.
like this whole thing. I don't know, man. SNK is weird. Just get MAM.
Yeah.
Guys, just
Yeah.
get MAM. Okay. Play all these SNK games.
Yeah.
So Trey,
Sweet.
you gonna finish it up for us? What you got?
As far as sports games, if I'm gonna pick one out of the ether, they're once again, I want to see more Hydro Thunder.
Yeah.
Like that was always one of my personal favorite, but that's still in the racer category, I guess. But,
Yeah.
You know, I guess its only real competition is like Wave Race. And
Yeah,
things like
Man,
that.
Wave
at
Race
that
is so
point.
good.
Right. But you know, I always liked more aquatic themed.
What was that
games,
one? Cobra
you know?
Triangle? Did you ever play that?
Cobra fucking Triangle. That game is very difficult.
It is, but it's a
Yeah.
cool game.
It's a very
kind
cool
of
game.
it's kind of like that. It's kind of like
Right.
Hydro Thunder with a shooter built into it
Right,
too. It was like
exactly. Well, it's like Hydro Thunder meets what was that?
Spy
Ivan
Hunter?
Iron Man Stewart's Super Off Road. You remember that shit?
no, I don't know
yeah,
that
you
one.
remember Super Off Road?
Super. Wait. Oh, I do remember Super Off-Road.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it
You know
was kind
Super
of like
Off-Road.
it was like it was like a boat version of that kind
Yep.
of.
Mhm.
Almost
Almost Excite Bikey, but way better.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would like to see a return to water, man. You know,
Yeah,
like I don't think
that
that we
would be cool.
have the last
a
thing.
return to water. That sounds like a good album title.
Well, it would actually. It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. It's really good.
Play
Just
like
think
a-
of Metalocalypse. Go into the water. You know.
Oh man, Mermaider.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, because, like, okay, so
It's
we had.
about mermaid.
There was,
murder.
okay, so there was Bloodwake.
Yo,
and then
Blood Wake.
There was the
Whoa.
closest thing to that most recently was Battle Wake.
Yeah.
We
Hey,
don't have a lot of boat
Battle
games.
Wake was alright.
There aren't a lot
No.
of boat games.
Battle
you know
Wake
what I'm
was
saying?
alright.
No.
It was great. It was
Yeah.
great. Great VR game.
Servios.
Absolutely. Shout out. But we don't have a lot of boat games. Like
Just
we're not
in
doing anything
general,
with water
yeah.
because I mean where we're at right now as far as like ray tracing, as far as like physics, water physics. Water physics were always what you kind of use to show off your new console.
You remember when the 360 launched and
When
they had that?
360
What was
when
that
the
Far Cry?
Dreamcast launched.
But what was that Far Cry game on the 360? It was Primal, Far Cry Primal. No, Far Cry Instincts.
Instincts.
Yeah.
Dude, Far
Yes.
Cry Instincts had the most amazing looking water
Absolutely.
period at the time.
Absolutely.
And-
And I guess they did Sea of Thieves as well. So Sea of Thieves.
yeah, see, it's that
also had-
water shit, dude.
Yeah.
And the water shows it off. I still don't think they understand how to make the water hit the edge of stuff.
Right.
That's the shit that
Yeah.
they don't have
Yeah,
right. Like,
without it necessarily affecting motion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but figure it out, man.
Figure it
You know,
out.
like seriously, because I mean, Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
dude, God, Black Flag's so
dude,
good.
It's
Yeah.
so good, right?
Shit.
The ship combat
I don't even
was
consider
amazing.
that an Assassin's Creed game.
Right.
It's a pirate game.
Just
Yeah,
a pirate
absolutely.
game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the
you know?
pirate game. And then Battle Wake is kind of like that, but arcadey, and you can play with buddies.
Right. You know, but just give me some boat racing, bro.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, just let me race. Some
Would you want that in
speedboats.
VR?
I would love that in VR.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be fun.
So
I would love
you'd
it.
actually like to have the kind of the wobble going on when you're sitting
I
there.
can
and
take it. I got my VR legs.
So
and
would
it
you
won't bother me.
would you want motion controls that you do this with for your
That part I don't
and then
know
maybe you have a
because I-
break as a button?
I think it would be. Yeah, I think it would be
Yeah.
more of a
You think you
steering
could-
wheel and a.
Yeah, I think the steering
Yeah,
wheel and
like
a throttle,
kinda-
like
yeah.
HOTAS would be a
Oh,
good setup.
you're right.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That'd be really
yeah.
good. I don't want to think about using the wands.
That's-
I've really.
yeah.
I'm so far beyond them. You know, it's time to go. It's time to move on. But
It's
that
time
would
to
be-
move.
It's time to
on.
move on. It is, man. But I do think that having like a HOTAS setup for a boat racer would be just super cool.
Yeah.
That would be
really,
fun.
really cool.
Yeah.
But you just don't see it. You don't see it. It's like I think Wave Race was. When was the last time we did a wave race? Was that Wii U?
That was.
Was that Wii?
I think that
No,
was Wii,
I think
man.
that was.
There wasn't a
Did they-
GameCube one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Wait.
There wasn't a wave race on GameCube.
Yeah,
was
I
there
there?
think there was one.
There was
yeah,
one
on
shit, it was.
GameCube.
I'm missing
Yeah.
some games
Absolutely,
here.
yeah.
Damn, dude.
And the one on GameCube was really good. I mean, it was just more wave race, but that's what we wanted.
So, you guys got any honorable mentions? You guys got anything that you're thinking about? Because, I mean, like, one we brought up that I know all of us dig, fucking Tony Hawk, man.
Oh
Tony Hawk
yeah,
Pro
yeah,
Skater
yeah.
2.
Right.
Tony Hawk
You know?
Pro Skater.
Absolutely. And the remaster
Their
was
rema-
actually
yeah.
very
It's
good.
very
I'm about
good.
to say.
Absolutely.
Oh, is that out yet?
Oh,
Yeah, and
It
it
came out
has
last year.
them tracks.
But they
Yeah.
were releasing it for Switch.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
there you
are.
go.
That's what it
So,
is. The
yeah, that's
Switch
the one. Yeah.
Switch. We're still waiting for the Switch port. Okay,
Right.
that's what
yeah.
it is.
And
Yeah.
so, but it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Now, the difference is, like, they've had to, change the controls, 60 FPS being what it is as
Yeah.
well.
What about the
If you
soundtrack,
were
man? What
a-
about
It's
the
still there.
soundtrack?
It's all there.
It's
still
the same.
it's
They've
all the
lost
same.
a few tracks.
I figured that
Oh,
would
they
be
did?
the
Still,
case.
yeah. There were some.
I
tracks
figured that
couldn't
would be
get
the
licenses
case.
for.
I understand.
Yeah.
But for most of it, it's all there. You still
Sweet.
got Jerry was a race car driver.
There
You
you
still
go.
got that on there.
Bing, bing,
Yeah,
Oh,
fucking-
yeah.
The only time I like listening to Offspring.
Right, absolutely.
Hey man, no, fuck
Crazy
that.
Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi. There you go.
Yeah, right. It was perfect,
man.
man. That always makes me think
Some
of
bad.
like
You get some-
Gannon's yogurt.
But no, man, that was when I first
Class,
heard
do you
Bad
like
Religion. that was the thing that turned me on to Bad Religion back when I
Oh,
was a
yeah.
kid.
nice.
Yeah, that
Wow.
game.
That's
It's
a
like,
good
who is
gateway
this
to punk.
fucking game? Yeah,
It's a great gateway to punk.
That's so funny. That Crazy Taxi is a gateway to punk.
No,
But
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Tony. But
Tony,
both of
Tony
them,
Hawk.
though.
yeah, Tony
Both
Hawk.
of them.
But yeah, but it was the same way. It
Yeah.
was the same way for Crazy Taxi.
Well, so what about SSX, guys? Did y'all play some SSX?
Oh, I played the fuck out of some
Tricky!
SSX.
Yeah,
Tricky.
But that's the only problem with Tricky is like constantly. It's time to rock and roll and rock and roll. I'm like, oh my god, again? Like I grew up on that music, right?
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I've heard it enough. I get it.
They
you
should
know
have
what
at least done like a remix version or something,
Right.
change
Yeah.
it up a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. You just get that one little clip.
It's tricky.
Tricky.
Yeah, but I like the,
but the game is fantastic.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So good.
absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those extreme sports games, man.
Yeah,
I
me too.
always have, man.
Yeah. Just like that, give me more wingsuits.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that game?
Rush VR.
Dude, Rush was cool.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
That was really
Although you
cool.
will see your friends splat on a thing.
Yeah, you
well,
will.
that's also part of wingsuit. Right
They should have
Yeah.
had some more
I mean, it's
viscera
realistic.
for that.
Very realistic. Yeah. Took
Yeah.
that corner a little too tight.
Uh,
See you
now
again,
Billy's
never.
gone.
Yeah.
Oh no,
real.
not Bimmy.
Not Bimmy. Man, I one of my that I almost put on the list, but I don't fucking play this game. Fucking Rocket League, guys.
Oh yeah,
Rocket
dude.
League's
Rocket
phenomenal.
League is
I guess it's
phenomenal.
easy
I
to
do
not
enjoy it.
Count that as a sports game,
But it is. It's
but
soccer with
it's
micro
cars.
machines.
Yeah. No, Rocket League is absolutely
Rocket League
amazing.
is Rocket League's worth
amazing.
it.
It's absolutely.
And as far as
amazing.
esports go, it's
Oh,
one of the
dude.
coolest esports out there because it's
especially
not,
to watch.
because it's not there's not really an analog to it. It
Yeah.
just is fucking Rocket League.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And anybody can jump in and play and have a
Yeah.
good time playing it.
Even if
Yeah.
you don't know what you're doing, it's a blast.
Right.
But if you
But
do
the
know what you're
skill
doing,
ceiling is so
dude,
high.
you can fly around with your
Yeah.
jets, and you
Right.
can. Man, I've seen people do that shit where they go up a wall, bounce off the wall, flip this way into the ball.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
what?
There's so much crazy shit you can do in that game.
Man,
and
my-
watching people that know what the fuck they're
Yeah.
doing is breathtaking.
High level play on Rocket League is
It's-
next
it'll
level,
make you not
man.
want to play the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it will.
pretty
Uh-huh.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's funny that we none of us have brought up the best sports game ever made, Wii Sports.
Well,
I
I was thinking about that.
No, absolutely. I don't think it's
No,
the best
I-
one, but I
but
did have.
I mean,
I would
it's-
argue that it is the best.
It is
sport.
potentially the best
okay,
sports
then
game
never
ever.
mind.
I would-
I meant it,
I would
guys.
argue that
Like-
only because of like sales alone. Like if it wasn't for Wii Sports,
Well, accessibility.
the Wii
You can't
wouldn't
tell
have-
me.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that if
Grandma
if
play Wii
you,
Sports.
Yeah, about to say
Everybody
everybody.
played
The
Wii Sports.
accessibility.
like bowling,
Dude,
oh
man,
my
I was
God.
all about the tennis with the wall
Yeah,
ball.
yeah,
I play
the
wall ball
tennis,
all day
yeah,
long.
all
You remember
day.
you'd have the disappearing walls. Ugh.
Dude,
know,
that
dude.
was the game that as we got on because we were all in our like 20s, 21 when the Wii came out.
I fucking sat outside of a Best Buy waiting for a Wii.
Dude,
That's the only time I've ever camped
That
out.
was the
I worked at
one.
ED.
That was the one game
So you just picked
that
it up,
is
walked
when,
out.
Yep.
when me and my friends would get together and like just drink and
That's
just
such a good
have
drinking
good time.
game.
It is.
Good have it. Yeah, you just get a couple people
Mm-hmm.
standing, rest everybody. They're the audience sitting on the couch getting wasted.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, oh, it's my turn to throw the ball. Okay,
Yeah.
woo!
Hey, do you guys know how to cheat in bowling? Do you guys know
Yes.
how to do the cheat?
Yeah.
You know the thing, you go all the way to the side, you aim at a hard diagonal, you throw really far up, it grinds the entire rail, falls into the gutter, and then you get a strike.
Yep. Yep.
You don't hit a single fucking
Nah.
pin, and you get
And
a
you
strike.
still get a strike.
I used to do that. I used to bowl in perfect games.
Dude,
Was it 300s or whatever?
I never
Yeah,
cheated.
right.
I was just good at the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I
Yeah.
remember there was a bar, Courtyard Southside. They actually had
Oh,
a
yeah.
a Wii Sports.
I think both the
competition.
courtyards
I know what you're
had
talking
about.
Wii's for a while, didn't
Dude,
they?
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And
Fuck
I
Courtyard
won a
280
free
though,
bar
Oh,
tab.
Yeah.
Playing
Whoa,
Wii
really?
Sports. Yeah, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, playing Wii Bowling.
Crushed a
Like,
bar
this is
tab
great.
out of
Yeah,
it.
dude. I got
Man.
free wings and beers all night long.
Dude,
it was fantastic.
what?
It's fantastic.
The only downside to
professional
Wii
Wii
Sports,
Sports player.
is there is a strong possibility that you will get slapped in the face by a Wii boat.
Hey,
Right.
Which
Dude.
happened to me
That's
at
true.
least twice.
yo, I gotta
that's your
say,
fault for being too close.
that's right,
Yeah.
man. I was leaning down to pet the dog while Iana was playing pistol whip.
Should have known better.
She pistol whipped me.
Yeah, you should have known better.
Straight pistol
They
whipped me
told you.
right in the head.
game
I was
is
like,
called
oh,
pistol whip.
God.
They told you. They told you up front. You did that. You did it yourself. I hope you didn't punish her. I bet you yelled at her too. I bet you were like, baby.
No, I went,
bet
damn
you-
it.
Yeah.
I didn't yell at her.
And
then
she should have.
and
She
I
should
was
have
like,
looked
you
at
hit me
you
in the face.
and just
she
looked.
said, no, she said sorry, but
Yeah,
she
she
did
should-
tell me I was in the way.
Did
She
she-
told me I
There
was
we
in
go.
the way.
Okay,
And I was
right.
like, I
Good.
was in the way. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Mike, you should have even taken off the visor. Visor stays on. Right?
Why don't you move out of the way, Daddy?
Right, right.
I'm trying to pistol whip folks.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's great.
in the vein of those motion sports games.
Yeah.
Connect Sports was actually very good as well.
Oh, I never played
Yeah, I
that.
didn't
It
play
was
that one.
very, very good. The bowling
Yeah.
The only
worked very
thing I
well,
played on
the
the
ping
Connect was
pong
like
worked very
the
well.
dance game. What was that?
Oh,
dance
dude,
game?
Dance Central?
Dance
Oh,
Central. Yeah,
I played-
Dance Central
I
was
love
awesome.
Dance
It's
Central.
way too good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
that series. Like,
Yeah.
we would stay up to like 3, 4 in the morning, like Grace and I,
Yeah.
and dance.
Didn't it
boy.
take the dumbass pictures at the end too?
Oh, yeah.
Like you had to do
Yeah,
it,
yeah. Uh-huh.
and they'd always
Yeah.
catch you in a bad position.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Every time.
so good. Yeah.
And every time you try to like be like, okay, well, here's where the picture's coming
Oh,
up.
let me
Let's
get-
pose
and you're
it
going-
always catches you at the wrong fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always watches the photo. But I mean, I feel like that was one of the few times that the Connect actually was worth its weight.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I can
there was
see
that.
that.
Most
there
of
was
the
Child
time.
Eden,
Yeah.
and there was well, I guess really, that's about
it. Because
that's about where we.
did you
stopped.
try that Steel Battalion?
I did. Yeah, trash. They shouldn't have ever done it.
Yuck.
I don't know
Yeah.
why they did that.
Boo.
Right? You know, but no, the sports game was great. Like it was like.
Am I crazy or did
some decent variety.
FromSoft make
Then they-
Steel
they
Battalion?
made a
Am I
sequel.
crazy? Did FromSoft make Steel Battalion?
It definitely looks like their game. That is from.
That's fucking
Yeah, it
From
is
Software.
That is from
Yeah.
Soft. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Guys, make another fucking Steel Battalion and make a good one.
Please don't.
Make a
don't-
VR
don't
Steel
do it.
Battalion.
Don't do it.
I don't
Don't
know,
do
man.
it.
A
Don't do
VR
it.
Steel
Don't do
Battalion
it.
with a
Because-
HOTAS.
Because Steel Battalion is not about the game.
Yeah,
it's
but-
about the controller.
Absolutely.
So in order to do Steel Battalion,
Damn
you've got
it.
to have that controller. Well, I'm serious. I'm
No,
serious. Like,
you're right.
Without
You're
that,
right.
without that, you might as well just be Mech Warrior and call it a day.
yeah.
And
then-
MechWarrior's actually kind of hot right now.
I
The
say
new MechWarrior's
from
actually,
make another
yeah.
Armored Core.
There we go.
If we can
I'm
get
with
another
you
Armored
there.
Core,
If you can get another Armored Core.
absolutely, dude. I'm
This
down.
day and age, this
Yes.
day's FromSoft,
It
a
would
new
be
Armored.
sickening.
That shit was jam.
Yeah.
Do you think that they'd go full Souls-like with Armored Core, though?
No.
And make
No,
it like...
That's a bad idea.
That's terrible.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you had a cool mech Souls-like, it'd almost be
mean-
like the Surge in a bigger suit.
I mean,
you know what
it would be cool, but I think it would destroy what Armored Core
Cause,
is.
yeah, 'cause Armored Core has
then
its
it wouldn't
shtick.
be.
It really does, yeah.
Then it wouldn't be Armored Core.
What's the
anymore.
other one? What's the other mech RPG that SquareSoft made? Front Mission? Am I right? Is that Front
Oh
Mission?
yeah, Front Mission.
Front
I remember
Mission's
that.
cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because that one's more turn-based. That
Yeah.
one's more like that style of things. And I always preferred the Front Mission games to the Armored Core games. And then I played whichever one... Man, I don't know. One of them, they improved the dash mechanic greatly, and I was immediately just, oh, God, Armored Core.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know which one that was, though. I don't know.
Yeah,
The
'cause I think
360
they
one was
actually
good.
just released a Mech Warrior Mercenaries, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Mech Warrior.
And that's crazy to think about.
They've had a Mech Warrior Online going for a while, and
Yeah.
it was actually in the Crytek engine, so it looked really good. And they had all this
sure.
environmental destruction. So when you hit that laser with trees start burning and
Let's
falling down and
go.
shit.
That's
Dude,
all I
dude.
want.
that's all you want.
That's
That's
yeah.
all I
Sounds
want, man. I
amazing.
want to have a high-powered mech, and I want
Crush.
to crush the world.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it, man.
just to crush the world.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why we don't see more destructible environments in gaming.
Man,
it's
hey,
hard.
I gotta say,
I mean,
this
it
Deep
is
Rock
hard,
Galactic
but
game,
we're about to see
that
it
Deep
in
Rock
battle.
Galactic game has so much cool. The dwarf game that Moth was talking about on last episode.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you took Minecraft and then almost some, like I said, some far pointy elements as far as spiders attacking you. You're trying to get away from all the horde of creatures.
Right.
But then it's also got that like red faction, you can blow up everything.
Right.
So
like
if you
dig
have
a hole straight down as far as you want to go.
Yeah, one of the dudes in the party with us, dude, threw some shit right into the hole and then made a crater larger than the whole fucking boss that we were fighting.
Wow.
I love that.
That's
because
awesome.
You've got all of that going with No Man's Sky, right? And so, I mean, why can't we get that? If I can basically destroy the whole planet in No Man's Sky.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Wait, what do you got over there?
Okay, I guess I'm going to talk about
You
it.
have to. You're over there responding to it.
now you're...
No, Iana hit me in the face with the
Justifiably so.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
I was in the danger zone.
Yeah,
that's
you
my
were.
fault, right? I was
Danger
in.
zone!
That's right. But so I got
Gotta take it to the limit, man.
I'm a trackball guy. I got this one here. This is cool, but I have one of those big Kensingtons inside. You know, the big square with the big orb in the center. And the problem with trackballs inherently is they're just like old ball mice. They get gunk in them.
Yeah.
You know, it just
Yeah.
happens. That's the only downside I see to a trackball.
You can clean it.
You can clean it, right? But the thing is that the like precipice of the where the ball is exactly halfway up. So when you try to go grab it, if you have the slightest bit of sweat, then it just keeps you just slide off of this ball. And so, but occasionally, you know, I'll sit there and grab the ball and then clean the thing out, put it back in. And so I was doing that. I went to grab the ball and I got to here and it slipped. So I went like this and full speed threw this trackball at my teeth.
I was on the phone with you
I
when
thought
you
I
did
chipped
that.
a tooth when I did it. Yeah, my gums started
thought
bleeding
he-
and everything.
I thought he spilled something into his computer. Like, it was that amount of distress. I was just like, oh,
Dude,
no,
it
this
was-
sounds bad.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
But then there wasn't panic after. There was just
Right,
silence.
so that's- yeah,
so it was
that's-
just pain.
Well,
it wasn't.
I'd imagine you'd go silent with rage if that happened.
Maybe. Yeah,
You know what I
maybe.
mean?
You're
You
right.
just-
Yeah.
That lets you know just how bad things are. You know,
Yeah.
if you're actually raging out loud, then it's like,
just-
okay, he's got it under control.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's going to get it out. He's just venting
But
right
silence.
Yeah, no,
Silence,
yeah,
dude.
silence. He might be dead.
now. Yeah.
No, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
To my
I
boy.
don't know. You guys got any more sports games to talk about? You got any more
Not
mentions
really.
that we want to say
You
something
can always
about? Any
reach
more
for
mentions?
stuff, but
Yeah.
Nothing
but
off the
no.
top of your head.
Yeah.
though, huh?
I feel happy with the list that we have here,
Yeah.
guys. Go check out any of those games wherever you can find them. I'm sure there are places.
They are
Do
places.
your research,
Games are places. If you go to those places, you might be able to buy the games.
and you might game.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I guess that's it.
We are also places. Where are we?
We are. We're on YouTube and Spotify and Google Podcast and
Twitch
and Twitch. Obviously,
might be at your
'cause that's
mama's
what we're
house. I
doing.
don't know.
We might be at your mama's
just wanna
house.
play.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Wii Sports.
You know,
I don't know.
I brought the Wii.
That's right. What is she cooking? Then I'm
absolutely.
there. Is Mama cooking?
I brought my
Great.
Motion Plus.
That's
I got the black edition. I actually really do.
Yeah, oh, you got the black
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I really do.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, the dongle and all, Motion Plus.
Nice.
But
Whole thing,
guys,
get it out in black.
You guys, check us out on our individual Twitch channels. We stream throughout the week, different games.
Tonight we'll be playing some fishing. We're gonna
Yeah,
get on a
there you
boat
go.
and we're gonna talk to you guys.
I'm gonna probably
After
finish
raid.
the
after raid.
Monster Hunter demo tonight or tomorrow, so look out for that. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for joining us and being in the chat. Share this with anybody who you think might like it, and if you haven't currently followed us or subscribed to our YouTube, please do that and
Do so.
whatnot. Yeah, do
Please
the
do
thing.
that.
Bing
You
the
know
bell.
what to do. Bing
We
the
do this
bell,
for
because
you.
then you'll know when we're doing this again. And now I'm just floundering. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.